Russ Martin Show.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Working.
How come you don't buy nothing?
I do buy stuff. I just don't ask you for money back or reimbursement.
Well, what stuff have you bought? What have you bought that I don't know about?
Other groceries.
What groceries?
Stuff that you need for, like, your hair, your toiletry stuff.
Why would you buy that and not ask me to pay you back? You asked me to pay you back for everything.
Well, no, I do not. I try not to do it all the time, but I don't.
All I know is every Monday, every Monday, you come into my office while I'm sitting in there, and you got a check pre-filled out. You just ask me to sign it.
Well, because you eat like a horse, so there's a lot of food that you go through.
And she does your grocery shopping?
Yeah.
Well,
obviously, that's why we got into this fight.
There's a value to that.
Not if she keeps buying stuff I'm not supposed to have.
Well, she has to eat also.
Okay.
Last time I got
let me ask you that. How did you feed yourself before we started dating?
I didn't eat.
You didn't eat at all?
No.
Jenny, you're out. She's perfect for him.
I love this day. Can we stay until 9?
Seriously, how did you feed yourself before we started dating?
I didn't really eat that much. Everything that I did, I got so I could bring it to work with me. Mm-hmm. Just like now, I don't.
So now all of a sudden you move in with me, and I'm Bonanza.
Do I eat that much?
Yeah.
She goes, I looked in the fridge this morning. It's packed with all kinds of stuff. I don't know what this is. I don't even know why it's in there. And she always makes sure she comes home with the little, what is that, the swimming penguin wine that you buy?
It's called the Little Penguin.
Yeah, little swimming penguin.
So?
Well, she keeps, what, I got to buy her alcohol?
I don't know.
She already lets me screw her.
No. Did you buy the yogurt yesterday? No.
I don't know that I buy the yogurt. What was the yogurt doing in there?
That I got yesterday?
Yeah.
Because the yogurt I got for myself that I was going to
I told you I didn't want the yogurt in the house.
Okay, so I'll just eat whatever you want to eat, so you don't have to worry about being tempted by my food choices.
Exactly.
Okay, isn't that something called, like, discipline or self-control?
I have discipline and self-control. Give me the bottle. I have discipline and self-control.
A 10-year-old boy was found dead hanging from a tree, apparently killed while trying to play the pass-out game in Boise, Idaho.
Sounds like he won.
Dalton Ebby, maybe this.
They can make me do it.
I'm marking that down.
Not for the promo. Hi, Priscilla.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you went off the air a while ago, and I didn't hear JD's secret.
How about that?
I want to hear it again, please, because I'm blind and disabled, and I've been waiting to hear it. And I want to tell you thank you.
Well, there's no chance of you protesting.
God. Russell, what in the hell is you? God. You're spinning. I can't believe you just said that to that woman.
It's Alexa Pro.
It's a promo.
Don't use that. Oh, hang on a second. Gavin, tell him your new nickname for yourself. Listen to this.
Okay.
Oh, dictionary.
Okay. What does that mean?
Dan, go ahead and grab a hold of your console in there. Go ahead, Gavin, tell him.
They call me dictionary because of all the new definitions in my body.
Oh, God.
See?
Oh, man.
I'm pretty ripped right now.
Stop drinking.
I walked by his office. He did that pose thing. He goes, check out the dictionary. What? Check out these definitions.
The Russ Martin Show.
What'd you say?
But again, people are wondering what fabulous conversations we're having.
What could it be?
Talking about during the theme music?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that.
How do you know?
I've been asked before if I've been out at random times, nothing recently, but people will say, you know, so many times you guys, when you come out of a commercial break, it's like you're in mid-conversation. What did you guys talk about in the break? I don't remember. What do you talk about before the show starts? Playing poker with Chaw?
How would we do that? 'Cause each Chaw can's got the freshness date on the bottom.
Yeah,
High date wins?
we need 4 different colored cans.
Why?
There's 4 suits.
So we're going to need 52 cans?
I could get by with less than that, but...
No, make it like a deck where you put all the cans in a pile. And
What are we going to shuffle it with? A paint mixer?
Yeah?
What, John?
You put them all in a bucket. You get 30, 40 cans, put them all in a bucket.
You got to have 52.
Well, if you're going to play official poker, yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
I don't know how to do that, so I was just going to say you pull out 5 and whoever has the best can wins, but you won't know because you pulled out random cans.
I don't understand.
Well, how does each one become a suit, say? What would 3 of clubs be if you're going to play 52?
I don't care. We're talking about playing poker with Chaw.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You just pull out 5 random. Whoever has the highest number wins. Wins that hand. The highest date.
Well, that's random. You want something with some skill. Shut up.
You want something with skill.
Trey, what is this rambling email from this Charles... Yeah, is that right? Charles Gallegos? Because I'm not reading all of this.
It's not... It literally, he sent this to a bunch of different talk show hosts. I mean, Mark Davis, Daryl Carlo, you... And it's his critique...
Why did he send one to me?
He's just talking about
Sounds
how...
like he's into AM talk radio.
But he says he likes to turn over to you every once in a while to lighthearted humor. But he was shocked that with the day we talked about the...
All right, I got
bombers.
it. I'll read it. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I do see the 2-line. To John David Wells, Ernie and Jay, Mark Davis, Greg Knapp, and Carlo, Jeff Bolton, C.M. Jones. Who was that?
I don't have a clue. Probably Charlie.
The overnight guy on KLLI?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, that's what I guess.
Sometimes all this presidential talk makes me cross-eyed. Then you get a little emoticon.
Okay.
The cross-eyed guy. Thank God for other places on the dial and other subjects. I usually tune to J.D. Wells and KLIF. The presidential survivor is funny. Still the good, bad, and ugly and stupid. The guy who criticized you on the southern accent needs to get a life. Who's he talking to?
I don't know.
I love the accent you do. He sends this to 12 people, and he's...
Specifically giving you things he likes.
But he's saying, I love what you do. Which one? I tune into Russ Martin Show a few times. Tired of the political presidential talk. I get cross-eyed on the toilet humor. Another emoticon. Sometimes Russ and his guys will talk of things interesting. Why would he send this to other shows? I don't care what these other guys are doing. Why would they give a rat's ass what I'm doing?
Apparently he does. Is there a point to all this? Does he go anywhere? Does he want to be on?
Let me go down to the bottom. Talk of allowing pornographic material at the public library. I'm against it.
All right.
The public wants to view pornography, let them buy a computer and pay for internet service. Just like cable TV. What do you, the letter U, what do you guys think? Emoticon, the mouth open.
Oh.
How about those New York Giants? How about them Grammys?
What time was this sent? Sounds like a 3 a.m. rambling.
2:24 p.m.
Okay.
Today. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you read that last paragraph, that kind of sums up the inane nature of this email.
That guy that was on Mark Davis's show talking about how bad Janis Joplin was. What about him?
They got into an argument about Janis Joplin the other day. Mark and his other guys, his producer.
All right. What was the stink?
Mark said that she was a wonderful talent, and his producer said she was a talent of the time. And if she was today...
No, she wasn't. She was like the Amy Winehouse of the 60s.
That's exactly what Mark ended up saying.
Oh.
He agreed with you. But the guy goes, no, totally talentless. She walked in the music office today, nobody talked to her.
The Foo Fighters, that was crap. That guy needs to know what good music is. His taste is not mine. I like Disco Duck. I also love Kung Fu fighting. A lot better than some of the crap that's called music today.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
God bless Vince Gill. He's fast as lightning on the Grammys. Russ Martin played it. Vince Gill really told Kanye. C-O-N-Y.
I see.
Or however you spell his name, emoticon, frazzled look. Other things there are to talk about, guys, other than presidential politics. I'm not much into the toilet talk of Live 105.3 all the time, but when nothing else is on, what else is there? Music radio, CD Gallegos, Fort Worth, Texas. I believe I'd like to beat his ass. What's the purpose?
Again, he just wants you to know his opinion. There's people that call, I'm sure Dan knows, there's people that call in up here that just want you to shut up for a minute and listen to what they have to say.
Does that happen?
Yes.
But not as much.
Not as much now. In the past, it used to happen a whole lot.
We've cut them down.
We've cut them down. Russ obliterated them.
Well, what would they say? Would it just be a different take on a topic? Like arguments we'd have in the studio or something, just telling me, here's how you need to do this?
I would actually say a combination of the two. Again, nothing recently that I can recall, but, back in the day when people would call in and want to offer up opinions on the show and how it was run, and because they, of course, assumed you would care. And then other times people saying, as far as an argument being an opposite viewpoint as you, but then saying, well, I don't want to tell him on the air. Well,
I'm witty. I've heard people say that. I'm witty. I'm quick. You let me get with him, and we'll talk.
Chuck still got this old woman that wants to talk to me.
Yeah, well,
the one at work?
Set you straight, I believe, is what she's going to do.
And what's she pissed at me about?
She doesn't like your opinion on posting the puzzle.
Is she at work right now?
I don't think so. I think she's out and about.
Do you know how to get a hold of her?
Yep.
What is it? Oh. What's her name?
Teresa.
All right. We have anything to get to right now?
I have emails on that also, the same subject, but...
On menopause?
On you and picking on menopausal women.
Well, hang on a second. I'm calling her from the hotline. Hold on a second. Can I dial out on one of the studio lines?
Yes.
I got to dial one?
You may have to with that area code.
What's 832? Where's she live?
It's a Houston area code.
We're sorry.
How do I block the number when I'm calling out?
Star 67. There you go.
Damn it. I want to talk to her. Well, I'll give that to Ryan, see if he can get her on the phone. And nothing was on CNN today, but...
Roger Clemens?
Yes.
Yes.
I was watching that in and out a good portion of the morning on ESPN.
It was on CNN nonstop from the time I flipped it on about 11, where I left at 2. I wasn't even paying attention.
Here's a little bit of his audio, about 3.5 minutes of him going, why are we here? I told you everything. I didn't do it.
There's nothing substantial. They can't prove he did it. He can't prove he didn't do it. He should have initially just gone to Mitchell when the report came, or before the report came out, since they wanted to talk to him. I haven't done steroids. I haven't done HGH. Blow me.
We don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. Prove I did it.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. I don't have to prove my innocence. You want to prove I did it? Then I'll come up with some kind of story. I didn't do it. I ain't talking to anybody else. Blow me.
And as he says in this thing, well, I'll let him say it.
What cut?
It's cut 1, but it tracks 7 times.
Okay. And sometimes he can't even understand the questions that the senators or whoever's talking to him, what they're asking. They'll stop. Here's what I asked. I'm answering that. No?
No, you appear not to be.
Unless somebody behind you said something. You're talking to them. You're not answering the question that I asked.
Over the course of my career, I've had the opportunity to work with many trainers, chiropractors, physical therapists, and other professionals to try and educate
Did you do roids?
myself and to use what knowledge they had to
Did
keep
you do
my
roids?
body in the best shape it could possibly be.
Did you do roids?
I met Brian McNamee while playing for the Toronto Blue Jays in 1998.
That's his buddy that's turned over on
I
him.
trusted him, put faith in him, brought him around my family and my children. I treated him just like I've done everyone else I've met in my life.
He hasn't been subpoenaed. Why did he bother to go? Nothing's coming from this. They have no proof. You can't do anything. His legacy, if he's worried about his legacy being in the balance, that's already damned. There's nothing you can do about that. Now that the doubt is out there, he can't come up with anything definitive and say, I didn't do it.
No proof either way, and he even addresses that here because the damage is done. Y'all have done it.
Well, I think Manny just say he stood tall before the man and answered their questions and he didn't hide.
Didn't run away and didn't hide.
He stumbles through the questions and sounds like he's dodging.
Well,
and when you don't answer the question that somebody asked, again, it looks like you're sidestepping something.
I just thought it was interesting because obviously each congressman had a point of view they were taking. Some were in his favor and against McNamee. The others were against Clements for McNamee. And the questions were sort of polar opposites in how they were asked.
It doesn't matter how they were asked. Unless you can show me videos, still pictures, whatever, of him doing roids, you can't do anything. You can't go back and challenge his record. You can't challenge his history. You can't lock him up. You can't convict him of perjury. You can't do anything.
The little syringes mean nothing.
And this is all about baseball.
I was actually, at least the parts that I watched this morning, I was actually somewhat impressed with how Clemens was doing. So I wonder if you caught a different portion than I did.
I doubt it. He did well. I'm a trusting person. One of the chicks asked, all right, you knew some of these things were going on with, what's his name? Bumblebee?
McNamee.
Whatever. You knew some of these things were going on. This is long before the Mitchell report, but you stayed friends with him. Why? Took him 2 or 3 minutes to answer that. I'm a trusting person. You're a buffoon.
Well, he even addresses that here. He goes, if I'm guilty of something, it's being too trusting and letting people in my circle. And that may be the worst thing he did.
Like family.
And the other problem is he goes on. It's like in a deposition. Whatever they ask, you answered, and you don't give them anything else. Because if you give them something else, that's going to give them another direction to go, and you may slip and say something.
He didn't have a good teacher like I did when I went to my deposition.
Who you use?
You.
Thank you.
I'm a positive person, and I enjoy doing things for others. I'm not just a ball player. I'm a human being. Baseball is what I do. It's not who I am. I played the game because of my love and respect for it. I've devoted my life to it and pride myself an example for kids,
Did you do right?
my own as well as others. I've always tried to help anyone who crossed my path that was in need.
Oh, this is pointless.
This is his prepared statement.
And the fact that we've wasted 50 cents
You're right.
on any of this is, again,
it is of being too trusting of everyone, wanting to see the best in everyone, being too nice to everyone.
naive.
If I'm considered to be ignorant of that, then so be it. I've chosen to live my life with a positive attitude.
Again, still not telling me
I'm accused
anything.
of being a criminal, and I'm not supposed to be angry about that. If I keep my emotions in check, then I'm accused of not caring. When I did speak out, I was accused of protesting too much, so I'm guilty. When I kept quiet at the advice of my attorney until he could find out why in the world
I'd just go back and sue Mitchell. All of this stemmed from that. And he released his name knowing that there was no valid proof. There was nothing substantial. There was no... you don't even have anything as close to a smoking gun. You got some needles they contend may have Clemens' DNA on it, and we don't even know...
that those showed up a month or so after the report.
Exactly. And those things were never entered into the whole Mitchell report thing. Everything, like you just said in the Mitchell report, was based on just something Ryan McNamee said. Nothing about syringes or anyone else came into that until afterwards.
And because nobody in the baseball league wanted to talk to Mitchell. Obviously, they all did it. You don't want to talk to me? I'm going to release your names.
They're guilty. Nothing even.
I would go back and form some type of class action. Unless you have something tangible, I'm going to sue anybody that you know. Anybody involved with this report, because you allowed it.
You've done damage. There's clear damage to my reputation.
And again, it hasn't changed anything. Nothing's come from this. Hey, there's steroids in baseball.
Why is it? Again, I heard somebody take on this the other day, saying, well, it's because the government allows some subsidies to baseball that they're allowed to investigate this. Do really we care?
Yes, we do.
Why?
I don't, because it's baseball. You want to stick stuff in yourself? I'm fine with that. If I'm an owner, I want you to jab yourself. You're going to be a better player. I'm going to get a better game. You're going to have better records.
Keep it to yourself, so don't say the kids are doing it because you're doing it. They don't know unless we tell them.
And if you ban it, that's not going to change anything, because kids are still going to know in the past people did steroids and HGH to enhance their performance. So that's already out there. The Mitchell report hasn't cleared any. In fact, all it's done is pointed out to kids, look at all of these superstars, and here's how we think they got there.
You're right.
Thanks. Thanks for pointing that out. Congratulations.
You're right. It did more damage than it did good. And somebody in the government that couldn't see that ahead of time is amazing to me.
They didn't want to care. It was a witch hunt. They gave Mitchell something to research, the baseball.
Yes, Major League Baseball.
Gave him something. He's got to come up with something. All right, I don't have anything tangible, but I got a bunch of names. All right. Well, then just give us the number of names, but don't tell us who it is, because we could get sued.
You'd think there would be a lawyer somewhere along the line that would have said that. Before we put this out, we don't do anything up here that the lawyer...
You got a guy that's trying to get his ass out of trouble, so he's dropping names.
Right. And the lawyer didn't say, hey, let's don't put this out unless you got something to prove. Show me your proof first, and then we'll release it.
And they asked Clemens questions. Why do you think your buddy Bumblebee has now turned over on you? Ask him. I don't know. That's a question that you should ask him. I have no clue.
But you're better at this than Clemens is.
Did I do steroids and HGH? No. That's all I would have said for 3 hours. Well, we've heard that. Why do you think your friend did this? He's sitting 2 feet from me. Why didn't you ask him? He's right there. Hang on a second. See him? Right here. And right here.
Yeah, there he is.
Talk to him. He's probably going to know. He's the one that did it. I didn't do any of those things.
Yeah, he had to get angry. But again, I think he's been coached. That's why some of the answers didn't really jive with the question, because he was going back to predetermined answers. They told him, say this, don't say that.
Well, his attorneys are behind him. When I started watching, the attorneys were screaming back and forth at somebody. That's when I flipped it on. What was that stink about?
Was that when a lawyer walked up behind Clemens and tried to speak to the commissioner or the whomever?
You got 2 guys standing and they're screaming at somebody.
Yeah, he was trying to make a point of contention with something, and they were saying that as the lawyer, you cannot address the committee because you're not a part of this. It's just Clemens's thing. You can advise your client.
But what was he trying to tell him?
It had something to do, if I remember correctly, with Roger Clemens' butt.
It was an X-ray of his butt.
An MRI of his ass.
And they were saying...
They released that yet?
Well, apparently...
Why'd they run a CAT scan on his ass?
Well, here's the thing. You tuned in right at that moment. That was right as they were ending the ass talk. Really?
Why are they taking pictures of his ass?
He needed an MRI because apparently he had an abscess on his butt cheek.
Okay, and they think possibly that could have come from an injection site.
They think that was the case, and the reason why the lawyer jumped up was because the committee had just they asked some other doctor to take a look at this MRI.
Did they show the picture?
Not the picture, no.
What do you care?
I'm just curious.
And apparently the doctor that the committee had take a look at this said, I don't know, but it's possible this would be...
it could be steroid-induced.
Yeah,
okay.
From Winstrol.
But again, we don't know.
Exactly.
And now that's what we've resorted to, is taking pictures of his ass.
Yeah. Whereas Clemens's lawyers had another doctor send this stuff to the committee beforehand and said it was an abscess he was being treated for when he was in Toronto, and they thought that it was from a B12 injection, that was just a bad injection.
Any kind of an injection.
Again,
vitamins.
Inconclusive. And that's why all of this is irritating me. I'm talking about it. I'm also watching it on television, and you're eating up my money
the whole day
for baseball. I don't care about baseball. I don't care if Clemens hops up on the table and jabs his ass right in front of you. And as he continues to say, I don't do steroids.
The worst thing is, this is all about stuff that wasn't illegal in baseball when it was done.
Is the biggest reason they're going after him, has he actually testified before today under oath?
He did a deposition under oath yesterday.
Okay. Well, still, that was fruitless.
Yeah, how are you going to... I don't know how they would go back, unless they have a smoking gun somewhere that they're sitting on, how they're going to go back and perjure anyone.
Well, he's already done said everything he needs to do if you want to go back and slap him in the face. Haven't done Roy's, haven't done HGH. And then you start pulling out video. Okay, well.
That day I did.
we need a break? All right, we'll be back. Is there any more on this audio I want to hear?
It's just,
because most of it was just irritating to me.
It's the same thing. This is his prepared statement, so no, it's not going to bring out any revelation.
Anybody jumping his ass?
Nope. It's just him talking the whole time. It's a prepared statement, no question. Just his prepared opening statement.
Well, that was the boring part. It was when the conversation was going back and forth. They're asking him questions. He answers, and they said, that's not what I asked you.
Okay, I'll see if I can pull that during the break.
Yeah. Something spicier.
Okay.
Not the idiotic stuff.
Okay.
To the Russ Martin Show.
We're what?
So we're out of bumper.
Well, get a longer one next time. You want to drop this? First of all, I don't care about baseball, but you've got these congressmen, is that right? You've got congressmen who have wasted an inordinate amount of time on this, questioning Clemens, knowing you're never going to get an answer. How long has this been going on? This,
at least a year and a half.
Okay. Out of a year and a half, you can add another 5 years to it, and it's going to come down to, who's the guy that said he did it? Bumblebee guy?
McNamee. Thank you.
McNamee's. He did it. Clemens, no, I didn't. That's what it's going to boil down to. I didn't do it. Yes, he did. You can tack on another 15 years. I didn't do it. Yes, he did.
They're still the same guys in the same suits, sitting in the same chairs.
This is why we can't get anything else done. This is why our borders are still open, because we want to know what Clemens sticks in his poot.
CNN doesn't cover border hearings.
Who's having them? Is there anybody left? Because it looks like you got the entire Congress sitting there asking Clemens questions. Did you do it? Nope. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
How about now?
And my favorite is that however many people are on this, what is it, Oversight and Reform Committee?
Something like that, yeah.
Out of however many are on this committee, they all get 15 minutes to ask the same question in a million different ways.
Well, I'm sure the thought process with that is, we'll see if we get the same answer every time. It's like a polygraph. Yeah. That's why they rephrase things to see if you're consistent. Stick with the only thing that you're there to say. I didn't do steroids. I didn't do HGH. Yes, he did.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like, I swear, now the bug man was over treating the house, so I may have been in and out, but I think they spent an entire hour talking about Roger Clemens' abscess on his ass.
On CNN.
I watched it on ESPN, but I'm sure it was.
Don't we just
CNN.
have to look like idiots to the rest of the world that we're spending time on our news channel about this?
I mean, that's how the terrorists are able to get us. We're not planning for any type of terrorist attacks. We want to know what Roger Clemens sticks in his toot. I didn't do it. Yes, he did.
You tuned into the BBC News channel, and they were talking about some soccer player or what he put in his ass. We would go, are they out of their minds?
Everything else there is obviously copacetic because they wouldn't be focusing on water polo. Is that Gail? Hi, Gail.
Hi, Russ.
What do you got?
Well, I've got TXA 21 and a wreck on eastbound LBJ past Marsh. It's in the HOV lane, backed up to Stemmons. In Arlington on southbound 360 before Lamar, there's a stalled vehicle. It's on the shoulder, but traffic's heavy from around Cary or Green Oaks. On eastbound LBJ at Skillman on the service road, there's a crash. Now we have fires, too, in Denton. I-35 both ways real slow approaching Loop 288 north due to a grass fire. Also, on eastbound I-20 at I-45, there's a vehicle on fire. And then in DeSoto, Pleasant Run westbound at 35 is blocked due to a car on fire in front of the gas station. And I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. Cold again tonight. 34 for the overnight low, mid-60s tomorrow, then cooling off and some rain for the weekend. 59 now at Live 105.3.
And who's the guy that's in charge of this? The one that looks like a beaver?
I think his Henry Waxman, I believe, is his name.
Each member and perhaps everyone in the audience.
I think these are closing statements.
Watches this hearing will.
Representative Henry Waxman. Looks like a beaver.
That is one severely upturned nose.
Yeah.
At some point,
I'm surprised Clemens hasn't asked him, don't you have a dam overflowing someplace?
I don't think you do that.
Why don't you calm down and have a nice little taste out of that desk? Where'd you get that gavel? You chewed that up yourself?
Stop it.
What were you going to say?
At some point, did somebody say they couldn't find Clemens? Because I pulled a clip of him going, I'm findable. I've been found by people in duck blind. It's this clip. And he goes, who said he couldn't find him?
Probably the Mitchell report. Why didn't you talk to Mitchell when you knew this was coming out? Did they not find you? People find me. I'm very findable. Watch. See?
There I am. Still here.
I'm a regular CSI.
I'll tell you again. I haven't done steroids.
Yes, he did.
You can do this for another decade, and that's all that you're going to glean from this. And you got Woody here that's going to sit here and try and take control of this.
Reach his or her own conclusion. But this is what I think we've learned. Chuck Knobloch and Andy Pettit confirmed what Brian McNamee told Senator Mitchell. We learned of conversations that...
He just leaned around and looked at the monitor.
I've seen that guy before.
You didn't watch any of this today?
I watched part of it in and out, yeah. But I didn't see him.
Some old bald-headed guy with an upturned nose and little teeth.
Absolutely looks like a beaver.
Wish somebody would give him a block of Gouda. Watch him chew on that.
He'd probably make you a new gavel.
Yeah, make me something out of this.
Hey, cheese gavel.
Hey, Woody.
Andy Pettit believed he had with Roger Clemens about HGH. And even though Mr. Clemens says his...
Again, all they're talking about is testimony, no evidence.
None. Zero.
He said.
I have syringes.
Okay.
They're 7 years old, and they have his DNA on them.
Ha! What's been in them since?
Boy.
The relationship with Mr. Pettit was so close that they would know and share information with each other. Evidently, Mr. Pettit didn't believe what Mr. Clemens said in that 2005 conversation.
Doesn't mean he was not mistaken, sir.
Doesn't mean...
Oh, this is where Woody calls down Clemens. And Clemens gets a look on his face. Dude, you got a gavel. You already think I'm on steroids. What if I beat you with your desk? Huh? How about that? That's a look that he gets on his face.
Is that going to work?
When this woodpecker guy calls him down.
It does not mean that he was not mistaken,
Excuse
sir.
me, but this is not your time to argue with me.
See his face?
Yeah.
Clemens?
You better be close to your little den, buddy.
The den, buddy?
You're your den.
Dude, I had an abscess in my ass. You're not going to shake no stick at me.
Whip your ass.
See right there? He turned his head.
Yeah.
I don't remember how far is it around this desk to kill him.
He's got that look of a Terminator in his eyes.
Believe it in your second conversation, because he went ahead and issued a statement to us, as did his wife. Mr. McNamee, you've taken a lot of hits today. In my view, some were fair and some were really unwarranted. There will be some members who will focus on your inconsistency.
Is this the end of the hearings?
For now.
So we're not done. It says hearings closed with heated exchange. Does that mean hearings for today or in totality?
This round is supposed to be done. Now, is this going to resurface again? Probably.
But as Mr. Souter pointed out, that may not be unusual in these types of situations. I want you to know, though, as chair of this committee, I appreciate all your cooperation with our investigation, and I want to apologize.
So he doesn't say anything to Clemens. You've been accused. We haven't proved it. I appreciate you coming. He's going to talk to the guy who's trying to get his ass out of trouble and is dropping names.
I'm terribly sorry you've had to put up with this today.
As the chairman, as a gift for everyone before you go, I've chipped out these little statues of Mandy Pandy. Who wants one?
For some of these comments that were made, the rules do not allow us to comment on each other when we have time that's yielded, and a member can say whatever he or she wants in that 5 or 10 minute period of time.
Why don't you go pick something?
I think people who look at this whole question will not just look at the conflict of testimony between the two of you, but others who express views on this matter as well. But let me end by saying that we started this investigation on baseball to try to break that link of professional sports and the...
Then grab somebody that you have actual tangible evidence on.
There must be someone.
They're beating Clemens to death because is he the most visible?
Yes.
Okay. Again, it all goes back to being a witch hunt. We said this when the Mitchell report came out.
Normally when they give this much trouble and this much effort, there's either a whole lot of money on the line or someone's life, and we know that's not the case.
And now Woody's just apologized to McNamee, even though
they haven't proven anything.
He's been arrested for selling drugs.
Yeah.
You just apologized to him. Some people took some unfair shots. This guy's a convict.
Terribly sorry.
Or he should be, but he's working his way out of this. And you just apologized to him?
Sorry, you've had a bad day. The figurine.
I'm sorry some people were ugly to you. Here, take this nice wood shaving of Roy Clark.
Drugs. And we don't want to look at the past any longer in baseball. And we didn't.
Yes, you do. That's all you've done since this started. It's all about the past. Nothing that you can prove. It's a waste of time. You all want to be on television. Forget the borders. Forget immigration. Forget JD not getting his $600. Forget all of that. Look what you've done over the past year and a half. Congratulations.
Nothing.
Yeah. I didn't take steroids.
Yes, he did.
There.
We didn't even want this hearing today, as I indicated in my opening. We want in the future to look at making sure that we don't have steroids, human growth hormone, and other dangerous drugs.
Then there was no reason for this hearing.
Any of it.
You
just tested.
You throw out this edict of we don't want people to do this, and you ignore the rest of this because you can't do anything about it.
That concludes our hearing today, and we stand adjourned. Thank you.
Don't want to listen to any more of this.
The one I gave you was just him saying, you guys, y'all say you couldn't find me, and he gives some instances of people that found him.
Where is it?
I did tell you, it's right there. Isn't that it?
This?
What does it say?
They could have fooled me, or they could have found me.
That's it.
Okay. Then I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
And why didn't this question come up during the presidential debates? Why is Congress doing this?
Why are we spending money?
Why is it we have no immigration plan? Why is it the borders are still porous? And we're taking pictures of Roger Clemens' ass.
I have a bright future for America. I gave it 5:30 this morning, flipped on the TV and watching news. There back-to-back was a Barack Obama and a Hillary Clinton TV 30-second. The scripts were almost identical. It was just funny they ran them back-to-back. There's a plan for America. It's going to be a bright new day. This is the way. They both said the exact same thing. I just thought it was hilarious that they were back-to-back.
You have to speak in generalities. That way you appeal to everybody. If you start getting specific, then you're only talking to factions, and you're not going to get the votes that you need. You want to be as broad-based as you can possibly be, and then your party will embrace you. And as a result, we all get a dick.
I heard somebody say today, you know what, it's going to break down to the fact that we're going to elect who we like the most, because none of them are going to tell us what they're going to do, and none of them, for the most part, are going to get a whole lot accomplished.
That's why it turns into a popularity contest. Whoever's got the most money, who can campaign the most, is going to win. Other than that, your policies mean nothing to me, which is why I'm not going to vote.
It's a high school senior class president election.
Well, there is one thing, is who do they think will be a better commander-in-chief?
How do we know?
I think it's image.
Nobody really has, especially if you're talking about the military, nobody has any experience. Obama doesn't.
McCain does.
Hillary doesn't. I'm just talking about those two.
Oh, no.
McCain, most of his was in a POW camp. I'm not slamming him, but how long was he in the service? I know he was in a POW camp for 5 years.
You know how long he was in there before?
All right.
I was never told by my baseball agent or the Players Association that Mr. Mitchell requested to see me. Those letters or phone calls never came to me. But once again, if I knew what
that one's a little hard to
telling about, I'd have been down there to see him in a heartbeat, without a question. And I would like to say, again, I got a little emotional. A little emotional in my testimony with the staff, but I'm a public person. I am easy to find.
This is a little funny.
When the commissioner asked me to get myself together to go out there and the league asked me to put USA on my chest and represent my team, my country, I did everything I could do to get ready. They pushed my date up, tried to get me ready sooner. I told them I could shake hands and wave flags and sell tickets for you if you want to do that. But if you want me on the field, it's going to take me time to get this body going.
They did a World Baseball thing.
They wanted him out?
Yeah.
Could possibly do, and I was proud to have USA on my chest. When a player went down in the All-Star game in Chicago, I happened to be on my All-Star break with my youngest son.
Don't want to hear this.
At a lake house about an hour.
The next story is actually funny about the duck blind.
I don't care about that.
All right. He's just saying all the places I've been in the world, people found me.
He still plays baseball, right?
Yeah.
Catch him at a game.
You got a point. Maybe at the house. Leave a message.
All right. Anything else? Do we have time for news? Yes. Okay. You ready, Dan? Sure. Gavin just called me. You call me?
No, I didn't.
All right. You want illegal? 407 at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to us by Autorama at Dallas Market Hall this weekend. Also where you can see Chloe on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Again, that's at the Dallas Market Hall for Autorama. Wednesday, February 13th, 2008. Birthdays today. Prince Michael Jackson Jr. turns 11. Randy Moss turns 31. Peter Gabriel is 58. Jerry Springer is 64. Stockard Channing is also 64. Peter Tork from the Monkees is 66. And Chuck Yeager, whom JD met, turns 85.
Pissed off.
I didn't piss him off. I pissed his people off. He was a very gentleman.
You got 200 or 300 people there trying to meet him at some air museum, and you decide you're going to go up and start a battery of questions.
A little question and answer. He was talking to other people. I just asked 3 or 4 different questions about airplanes, ones he flew, what he liked, what it's like to be shot at.
Then somebody grabbed you by the hair and pulled you away.
They didn't pull me by the hair, but yeah, they asked me to step aside, please. I got my pictures, my autographs.
Did you actually buy his book?
I own his book, but I paid $50 for a signed autograph picture. The money goes to the museum.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Dan.
A sex-starved woman could be jailed after making 700 calls to the emergency services. This according to local Army headquarters and a town council demanding a man for sex. Hanna Wozniak from Kozelin in central Poland could be jailed for up to a year. After police traced their calls back to her home, she told them, "I was desperate for sex. It's been so long since I had someone in my bed." Police who said she had been charged with wasting emergency services time and making threatening phone calls, said she had told phone operators that she would happily start a fire if it meant a hunky fireman would come round for sex afterwards.
Did you say anything else about her, how old she was?
42. She's 42.
Say when she wasn't getting any sex?
It doesn't go in as to why she was so lonely.
Oh.
Just that she just was ready to start a fire and get herself a fireman.
What are you laughing at, Trey?
No.
You already see this coming?
I hope.
Police emergency 911. What's your emergency? Yes, buenos noches. I believe I'll be in need of your assistance with a dilemma that I've encountered. Ma'am, I like to Could you send me someone to Because, see, Thanks, I'll hold. Ma'am, this is police emergency. Do you have an emergency? I needs me some man. I can't get no man. My cooch is void of a man. Send me a man and have him pick me up some coos. Ma'am, do you understand this number is for emergencies? Are you dead?
grab some coos on the way. I didn't say that in the story. It's funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes the details.
They're different in Poland.
I see.
Is that where this was?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They don't sound Polish. I wish somebody had told me that.
Because, see, thanks, I'll hold. Ma'am, this is police emergency. Do you have an emergency? I needs me some man. I can't get no man. My cooch is void of a man. Send me a man and have him pick me up some coos. Ma'am, do you understand this number is for emergencies? Are you deaf? I need a man. I do two things. I smoke and I and I already got cigarettes. Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and mowing. From Hee-Haw?
I don't know. It went by kind of fast.
Yeah.
Number is for emergencies. Are you deaf? I need a man. I do two things. I smoke and I and I already got cigarettes. Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and mowing. From Hee-Haw? Sort of. Anyway.
Here's Roy Clark, and I missed that part that's being beeped.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I really don't.
Well, someone take a guess.
Trombone?
I don't know.
Let's listen again. Everyone.
Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and mowing. From...
Oh, I got it.
What?
Jab me with his Roy Clark and my Owens.
Oh! I see. Got it now.
And I already got cigarettes. Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and mowing. From Hee-Haw? Sort of. Anyway, damn it, send me a cranny hunter, a daughter love, a do flicker. I need me some hippity hoppity d. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no in 4 years. You better get me a man over here.
Very serious now. Taking him.
Trey, you all right? What happened? What happened?
I think he's got some liquid in there.
Yeah.
You swallow your pouch?
No, but nearly blue Coke.
All right.
From Hee-Haw? Sort of. Anyway, damn it, send me a cranny hunter, a daughter love, a do flicker. I need me some hippity hoppity d. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no in 4 years. You better get me a man over here.
How long before we need a break?
Unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no in 4 years. You better get me a man over here, or I'm going to call every day. Ma'am, somebody started this stupid rumor that my clam is electrified, and now ain't nobody want none of it.
I don't get that one.
That was you. Started that. All the clams are electrified.
That was part of
sex ed.
Sex ed.
Yeah.
Just tell the kids, the little boys, the vaginas are electrified.
Make them put their wieners in an electric socket and say that's just what it's like.
Yeah. Now, if you don't want to get shocked, you wear something that's made out of rubber. You ground yourself.
Send me a cranny hunter, or send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and mowing. From Hee-Haw? Sort of. Anyway, damn it, send me a cranny hunter, a daughter love, a do flicker. I need me some hippity hoppity d. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no in 4 years. You better get me a man over here, or I'm going to call every day. Ma'am, somebody started this stupid rumor that my clam is electrified, and now ain't nobody want none of it. You send me some men. I need me a fornicating machine, a ham bone, some gravy makers, a jack in my box. I need a John Thomas, a joystick, a liver poker. I need somebody to be my master of ceremonies. I need a poke soda,
What about the ceremonies again?
You want a break here? Yeah, I'll play the rest of it. All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. to the Russ Martin Show.
What was that?
That's the lady that works with Chuck.
Oh, the one that's gone through menopause?
Yes.
What's her name?
Teresa.
Yes, Teresa.
Hello, how are you, Russ?
I'm quite lovely. And you?
I am fabulous.
Good. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, I'm just fresh meat in town, so I work with Chuck. I've just started listening to you, love your show.
How long have you been here?
I've been here since June.
Oh, where did you come from?
Houston.
What'd you do down there?
I was married and just raised a family and grew up down there, so this is the second half of my life.
So did your husband move up here with you?
No, he passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, what did he die from?
Heart attack.
All right.
New Year's Day.
Of this year?
4 years ago.
Oh, it's very sad. What do you do on New Year's now?
Well, nothing, but, that's going to change too.
Oh, okay.
Ready for something new.
All right. So what was it you wanted to tell me now that you've killed your husband?
No, what was that?
Go ahead.
How I killed my husband?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, no, we weren't having sex or anything.
You and your husband weren't?
Oh, I mean, yes, we were, but not at the moment he died.
Oh, how old was he?
He had just turned 51 2 days before.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I am 50 and fabulous.
All right. What did you want to tell me?
I wanted to tell you how great older women are. Postmenopausal women can go on. We're not all old and hairy.
That's it?
Huh? No, that's not it. But that's what got me riled the other day.
Do you have any hair on your face?
No, none.
Do you shave it?
No.
What do you call that?
Depilatories.
Yeah, do you have that?
No.
Nobody yanks hair off your face?
No, just other places.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
What are you getting waxed at 55?
Well, you got to keep it working.
What are you getting waxed?
I'm not. Why? Well, you know what I'm getting waxed?
No, I don't. And I don't like the fact that you have something like that. Are you getting a bikini wax?
A Brazilian wax.
What is that?
You know a Brazilian wax. Come on.
You mean like a Brazilian nut? No. No, it goes.
No.
You got hair on your toes?
Do I have hair on my what?
Go ahead. What do you get? Well, what's a Brazilian wax?
A Brazilian wax is a total wax, where they remove all the hair,
including the backside.
Yes.
Backside of what?
Do what?
Here, your portal.
So you're getting waxed on both sides?
If it were necessary.
How long have you been growing hair back there?
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessary.
Oh, I got it.
Enough Indian blood in me. I don't have that much hair.
All right. So why is it you're getting your thing waxed?
Just in case.
How long's it been since you've had sex?
About... When was it?
Yeah, I'd let it grow back out.
Yeah, you're probably right. Save the money, huh?
So my point with menopause is the reason that you go through menopause and grow hair on your face is so we know not to have sex with you.
Oh, no, actually, it's the best.
Why would it be good?
It's awesome.
I can't imagine what your thing looks like with no hair on it. The only thing that you had to cover it up to keep the ookies away, you took off.
No. I just haven't been out there. No. I'm in the best shape.
You got a 55-year-old bald clam, and you think I want to look at that?
I'm 50.
Okay.
But it'll look good at 55, too.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
Have you had children?
Yes, I have 2 beautiful children. My daughter played ball at SMU, broke all kinds of records, and my son is playing tennis, actually up in Abilene with Chuck's son. So
I don't care what your kids do. I just want to know if you had any.
Well, I do, because I'm pretty proud of them.
Yeah. And you would think that I would want to actually see you naked.
Oh, you would be really impressed.
What do your breasts look like?
They're very nice. They're very firm.
Would they win in a dog show?
No. I mean, the Beagle won, didn't he? I'm
Yes.
better than a Beagle.
Stop it. God. Are they still firm at 50?
Yes, they are.
After 2 kids?
Absolutely.
I'd have to see that.
Well, I'll show them to you.
Perhaps you should call the Smithsonian first.
Yeah, well, I might do that.
Stop it.
I might do that.
You be polite.
She's the one that wanted to talk to me. So far, she just said that life goes. I said life goes on after menopause. You just take a different role in life. You're not. We're not supposed to have sex with you. That's why hair grows on you. Nature tells us don't eat.
I grow less hair now.
Hang on. Are you on some type of hormones?
No, I do yoga. All I do is yoga. Just yoga.
Why don't you come up and let me look at you? I got to see what 50-year-old yeeps look like.
Oh, okay. I can't today, but I will.
Well, today's the day that I look at them.
Oh, it is. Well, I have someone on the way over now. So.
Perhaps you're going to have sex today?
No, not today.
Oh.
It's a girl, but, who knows.
Why don't you take a picture of that thing and send it to me?
Well, I might do that, too. But then you wouldn't have the full effect.
Well, just make sure you put in the subject line what it is so I'm ready.
Well, yeah, I think you could figure that out. But, 50 is great.
Okay, well, I feel straightened out.
Have to send her a letter of apology.
She told me nothing. Women don't die after menopause. No. Just as far as nature goes, we're not supposed to have sex with you.
She feels very healthy and no hair, and she can still have sex. She just hasn't had the opportunity yet.
All right.
For you, it's less attractive. For someone else, maybe not.
Well, sometimes that's all you can get. But what she's trying to tell me is she's still valuable as far as nature goes. No, you're not. Well, your eggs have gone bad. You have hair on you now. And that's a telltale sign of me not to mess with you.
It's God's way of telling you.
And as you get older as a woman, you look more like a man. Again, to make us less attracted to you. And we're attracted back to the younger, fertile women.
Of course.
Who still serve a purpose in nature.
She serves a purpose, just not to procreate.
You're supposed to go back and take care of the family unit once you've gone through menopause and no longer supposed to have sex. Stop going against God and nature. And stop shaving that thing.
Waxing it, actually.
That didn't make any difference. The only thing to actually... Who made that noise?
Me.
The only thing to give it some character, she shaved off of it.
Get rid of all this so we can be seen in all its glory. Look!
2 kids and she's 50.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever, I have a whole lot of experience of hearing this, but I've never heard of a situation where a 50-year-old woman that's actually going the full-on bikini wax. I mean, that's common among 20-somethings and even some 30-somethings, but...
Does that disturb anybody else?
That's not a pleasant picture.
Okay. That's all I'm concerned about. She's not having sex with anybody. Why are you doing anything with it?
She's hoping. You want to wait till the very last minute and then go, wait a minute, hang on just a minute, I got to go wax.
If he's going to have sex with you, really, where you got growing hair is, he don't care.
That's true. That's probably.
And it's probably going to be more shocking to him to get your drawers down and find out that you're bald.
That is disturbing.
And at 50, and after a couple of kids, probably some of your sandwich fixings is hanging off.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you have the Easter grass to cover it up.
Stop with that. Sandwich fixings. Bologna and little American cheese.
Got you flap. If she calls back, I don't want to talk to her. Was she mad when she said she wanted to talk to me?
Oh, yeah.
Why was she so jovial?
Hey, I have no idea.
All right.
Maybe you buttered her up too much at the beginning.
Just curious where she is in life right now. Obviously, she's pissed off about something. If I throw something out and it's retarded, why do you let that bother you?
Because she doesn't know that you're being silly or being retarded. She thinks you're being serious.
Well, actually, it's factual. As you step back and look at it, take the idiocy out of it, you're growing hair for a reason. Your eggs are bad, and we're not supposed to have sex with you. That's God's way of saying,
let it cover up.
You go take care of the family unit. 2 dads now.
God.
I had pulled some basics on menopause. Are you curious about any of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Do I have any of it right? That the reason they go through menopause is instead of 2 things happen, not to all women, but you get decreased libido,
true,
and you get the vaginal dryness. And the reason you get the vaginal dryness is because you're not supposed to have sex.
See, I don't know about that at all. But I do know, of course, yeah, you do grow hair. The hormones change.
Nature doesn't want you to be doing anything. That's why women, when they're younger, they stay nonstop lubricated. As you get older, things aren't supposed to happen. Thank you.
this doesn't take the same philosophical approach as
Where'd you get it?
WebMD.
All right, go ahead. Is Wiki down?
I'm expanding my horizons.
Go ahead. What's it say?
Menopause simply means the end of menstruation. As a woman ages, there is gradual decline in the function of her ovaries and the production of estrogen. Around the time a woman turns 40, this process speeds up. That's what's known as perimenopause.
And that's a screw job in itself. You go through menopause, you don't have periods anymore. Now the time that you want to have sex, your libido starts to drop, and you get the vag dry.
It really is a screw job, and you start growing the hair.
Women typically menstruate for the last time at about 50 years of age. A few stop menstruating as young as 40, and then a very small percentage as late as 60. Smoking can add to that. Most women notice some menstrual changes, such as a shortening of cycle length, skipped periods, occasional heavy periods, up to a few years before menstruation ceases. There's a great variation in experience of menopause among women. About 75% of women have hot flashes. Nighttime hot flashes are more common and may result in chronic sleep deprivation.
That leads up to menopause.
No, this is during menopause.
Okay. Well, that's to let you know that a change is going on in your life.
Yes.
It's like a check engine light. Go ahead, Dan.
Mood changes aren't as well understood, but some women report an obvious change in mood. In addition, women may experience vaginal dryness, painful intercourse, and urinary symptoms.
Exactly. Thank you.
These symptoms are often temporary and pass as your body adjusts. Hormone replacement therapy can help relieve the symptoms if
Which
they're
is
severe.
not what nature intends, and you shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't get hormone replacement therapy?
No.
Well, you're getting it.
I'm still fertile.
I know, but you're getting testosterone. You're adding your stuff
I'm
to your
still
body.
fertile. Nature doesn't know that I had myself sterilized. I can still reproduce, as far as nature thinks.
That's true. Well, yeah, guys do it, I guess, forever, don't we?
You're potent until you're dead. I'm sure it just changed colors. Color's yours, Chuck.
White.
Creamy white?
Okay, really?
Off-white.
Okay.
Green white.
Chuck.
Like the color of these walls in here?
Oh.
All right. Neutral.
Yeah.
All right. I was just thinking about buying you some carpet. God damn.
As I was looking at the menopause stuff, I also saw a link for male menopause. Curious at all?
Yeah, I've heard about that, but I've never read anything about it.
It's basically what you would think it is. Since men do not go through a well-defined period referred to as menopause, some physicians refer to this problem as androgen or testosterone decline in the aging male. Men do experience a decline in the production of the male hormone testosterone with aging, but this also occurs with some disease states such as diabetes. Along with the decline in testosterone, some men experience symptoms such as fatigue, weakness, depression, and sexual problems. The relationship of these symptoms to the decreased testosterone levels is still controversial.
What percentage of men go through male menopause?
They do not give a percentage of how many go through it. Basically, what they're saying
sounds more like a dysfunction than it does actual just
event.
Yeah, I think of what it was. They mentioned controversial because I think so many doctors want to label. Since women have that label of aging, they want to put something on men as well.
They give them something they can understand. You're going through a slight change in your life. We're going to call it male menopause, just so you got an idea.
Yeah, and you basically mentioned, as it mentioned here, male menopause basically is just the decline of testosterone in your body because, somewhat similar to women, you're typically not supposed to need it as much as you get older.
Right. Okay. I think we've covered it all.
Mm.
Anything else interesting in there?
No, I think you're good.
All right.
Oh, wait. Here you go. One more thing. Just it proves your point. A healthy male may be able to make sperm well into his 80s or longer.
We've known that. Tony Randall proved that.
I'm sure it's just more of a struggle to pump it out.
I would imagine. Probably it decreases in volume.
Doesn't take a lot.
No.
All right. What were we doing?
911 call.
Yes. Oh. You want to?
Mm-hmm. Started from the beginning.
Oh. All right.
Police emergency 911. What's your emergency? Yes, buenos noches. I believe I'll be in need of your assistance with a dilemma that I've encountered. Ma'am, I like to f***. Could you send me someone to f***? Because, see, I f***. Thanks, I'll hold. Ma'am, this is police emergency. Do you have an emergency? I needs me some man. I can't get no man. My cooch is void of a man. Send me a man and have him pick me up some coos. Ma'am, do you understand this number is for emergencies? Are you deaf? I need a man. I do two things. I smoke and I f***, and I already got cigarettes. Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and f*** Bow. From hee-haw? Sort of. Anyway, damn it, send me a cranny hunter, or daughter love, or do flicker. I need me some hippity hoppity dick. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no dick in 4 years. You better get me a man over here, or I'm going to call.
Why is that the funniest part of the tape?
Just because you better get me a man over here.
It's just extra passion.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't on me. I ain't had no dick in 4 years. You better get me a man over here, or I'm going to call every day. Ma'am, see, somebody started this stupid rumor that my clam is electrified, and now nobody wants none of it. You better send me some men's. I need me a fornicating machine. I need me a ham bone, a gravy maker. I want a jack in my box. I want a John Thomas, a joystick, a liver poker. I need somebody to be my aster of ceremonies. I need me a rump splitter. I need Pico from some gal. Ha ha, ma'am.
Can we hear that part again?
A fornicating machine. I need me a ham bone, a gravy maker. I want a jack in my box. I want a John Thomas, a joystick, a liver poker. I need somebody to be my aster of ceremonies. I need me a rump splitter. I need Pico from some gal. Ma'am, I need some pud, some light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick 'em.
Daffy and the secret squirrel. Let me hear it again.
From some gal. Ma'am, I need some pud, some light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want...
A lot of references to cartoons.
Back it up.
Please.
Light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose.
Whoever this was obviously got kind of tickled.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's just may have slipped by you.
Super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose.
I don't think I understand that.
I think I'm not going to try to explain it.
I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose. I want some conjunction junction. I want a bill on my hill. I want his best leg of 3. Because 3 is a magic number. Hey, you know what?
I wonder how long this took whoever this is to come up with all these references.
I don't know. They said this chick was calling
nonstop. Yeah, it was in Poland.
Yeah, it's emergency services in Poland. This is one
Polish to me, though.
Well, I didn't read the whole story.
There's no reason to be racist, JD.
Sorry. How long do we have, Flo? All right, good then.
Yeah, her name is Hannah Wozniak, and she's 42.
Hannah Wozniak.
From Central Poland.
That doesn't sound like a Hannah Wozniak to me.
Quit being racist.
Ow. Ma'am, I need some pud, some light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose.
It actually makes sense because Europeans love 70s and 80s TV shows.
Oh, they do.
I should have thrown Knight Rider in there.
It's not too late.
I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose. I want some conjunction junction. I want a bill on my hill. I want his best leg of 3. Because 3 is a magic number. Hey, you know what? You, I'll call the water department. They got some freaks over there. Oh, yeah, you know, you.
Very angry in Poland when they don't get it. Horn, leghorn.
Do you want to start news now, Dan?
I thought that was news.
Don't want to take those, Ryan.
Those are still some more angry people about menopause.
All chicks?
The top one's a guy. The rest are chicks.
I don't want to talk to him. Yes, Sally.
Hi, Russ.
Yes, ma'am.
First, will you...
I'll try the other one. Is it Dickie?
No, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky. That's what it says on the screen. Go ahead.
I'm fixing to be 49, and I'm not hairy. I'm losing it.
And
that's it. It's going.
All right. You have any dryness?
Little.
How you eggs?
Yep.
They cooked?
Huh?
Ryan, what did the other chick want?
Just same thing, just to yell at you about the hair.
Oh, okay. Well, put the rest of them through.
Maybe they don't all get hair. I don't know.
Well, like the Dickie chick, she says that she was losing hers. Well, I've
seen that go too.
Your theory would still hold true. Whether you grow more hair or you're losing it, meaning everything's thinning, either way, it's not going to make you attractive.
And that's the biggest thing, is nature turns you more manly. Again, so we're not attracted.
Hormones act differently in everybody.
And some women get the hair.
Yes.
And that's
not to be eaten.
I mean, you grow up with that as a kid. If your parents say it, hair on the cheek, don't eat it. No. If there's hair on the meat, don't eat that. Don't eat anything in the fridge that's got hair on it. So you know, as you get older, if a woman's got hair on her face, you don't eat that.
Stay away. Oh, my God.
Break here?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Hello, Gail.
Hi there, Russ.
What do you got?
Carter Ice Center. And they cleared the wreck on eastbound LBJ past Marsh Lane. That's some good news. In Forest Hill, eastbound 20 at England, the exit ramp blocked by a truck that's on fire. North Fort Worth, eastbound 820 at Beach. I reckon the left lane has about a 2-mile backup to Mark IV Parkway. In Grand Prairie, not often. In Grand Prairie, 360 southbound at Brown, you've got the left lane blocked. And that's an accident. 287 in Decatur at FM 51, you've got a fuel spill accident. On the service road of northbound 35 at Royal, there's a crash in downtown. On the service road of Woodall Rogers westbound at Harwood, you got a wreck. And I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. Below freezing again tonight. 31 for the low, but 70 tomorrow for the highs. 58 now at Live 105.3.
Got a pissed off chick? Hello, Sally.
Russ, you're a buffoon.
Why is that?
Because my Pikachu does not look any different than it did when I was shaving it at 30 and I'm 50.
Everybody looks different from 30 to 50.
Well, I see it every time I shave it.
Well, you're used to that thing. It's like looking at a pug.
No.
A hairless pug.
No, it's nice and tight.
Have you had kids?
I have 2 daughters.
Are you currently married?
No, I'm single and loving it. I have sex whenever I want it.
Who do you have sex? Who do you have?
Regularly.
You what?
I pleasure myself daily.
Oh. Who do you have sex with?
My boyfriend.
How long you been dating?
Oh, we've been off and on for 3 years.
How old is he?
He works out of town.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mid-50s, and his pecker didn't get quite as hard as it used to, so he went to the doctor and got some pills. It's wonderful. Not all 50-year-olds go to crap.
What?
It's bad enough. I got to think about her business.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that she wants to shave it.
Sure.
And it still looks good 20 years later. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I have no idea.
Don't even try and argue that point. And don't try and the fact that you got to call up and try and sell me on it means that it hasn't. You got a hairless pug. And I don't care about your old man's beggar.
Take your boot.
He was having a hard time, getting it up. It's because he's got to look at that pug. Had nothing to do with aging. It was the fact that you took your clothes off, and then he's not ready for that.
You need to take that thing to the dog show.
Yeah. I started getting emails from JD this morning. The Beagle won.
The Beagle won.
I didn't even know what that was. It just said, the Beagle won.
I was so excited.
As if it sounds like some sort of code.
That's what I thought it was. It's like the code we used to use when we wanted to get rid of somebody. The condor flies at midnight. All I'm getting from JD is the Beagle won. All right? Who's going to get it?
Uno.
What do I say back to make sure we're on the same page?
Yeah, I don't want to give the wrong... whatever you call that.
Response.
Yeah, the wrong code response. Get shot.
Yeah, the audio desk over there, cut 28.
Why you wound up about the dog show?
It was cool. That was the first time in 100 years a beagle has won. I love beagles. That's the cutest little dog, too. And he was barking, he was howling. You could tell when he won, he was excited.
He doesn't know he won.
He does know. Those dogs do know they win. They're really into it. These dogs know they're competing, and they know. Did you watch the dog show, the best of show?
No. I saw the movie.
These dogs know.
What cut?
It's cut number 28. This is a Westminster winner owner of Uno, Aaron Wilkerson, being interviewed.
And this is the first time in 100 years that a Beagle's won?
Ever for Westminster that a Beagle has won.
Here at...
Hold on. Is that it? Oh, that's it.
I am standing here with the most impressive dog in the country, the newest Best in Show here at Westminster. This is Uno, the 15-inch Beagle who is a doll, handled this evening by Aaron Wilkinson. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can you describe how you feel right now?
Oh, it's no words to explain. It's very exciting, and it's just an honor to be standing right here at this particular time.
You certainly were.
Are we still talking about the dog show?
Yes, the crowd was so behind this. Everybody stood up and applauded. Normally it's a smattering of people. Oh, okay, it's the schnauzer.
You can say shit too.
I know, it's whatever. But man, everybody was behind. For whatever reason, they were behind the Beagle.
Was he, I don't mean this to be cute, was he the underdog in the competition?
It kind of came from behind, yeah.
He's a cute dog.
It's a really cute dog.
Well, there are cute dogs in all these different competitions. Why is this one the one that won?
Just watching the clips, you could just tell this dog had a ton of personality and
very happy.
Very happy. Peppy was digging being shown.
I screw Uno. I get him in the Uno eye.
Cute little 3-year-old, almost 3.
How did they decide he won?
Well, you go through best of class, and then it's elimination process, and then
all of it's an elimination process. Well, how do they decide who gets eliminated?
All the dogs out into the ring, and the judge walks around, looks at each dog, holds its wiener, and looks at its teeth.
They hold its wiener.
And they just prop it up. Yeah, they hold its bottom up.
It's literally coat, posture, behavior.
Why do they hold its wiener?
They're actually just putting their hand underneath his belly just to feel firmness and overall shape of the dog. Like that little dog, really a muscular little beagle.
They touch his wiener or not?
Well, they put it right there and just lift him up. They don't really, like whack him up or something.
They're not trying to see the pink thing.
No.
Obviously, this one has some type of manners. The beagle with couth didn't finish in my hand.
Yes, very, very polite.
Unlike everybody else.
Most guys don't give you the heads up.
Can you describe how you feel right now?
Oh, it's no words to explain. It's very exciting, and it's just an honor to be standing right here at this particular time.
You certainly were the crowd, or we should say Uno was the crowd favorite this evening.
Every time Uno, that's for sure.
Every time he was out on the ring, the crowd erupted. How did he feel? How did it feel out here tonight?
It was very exciting, and the energy was very high. It's something that I just can't explain. It's a great feeling.
Congratulations. He's a good-looking dog, and we're going to see Uno all over the place.
Did you actually watch the dog show, or you just got up in the morning and saw the recap?
No, I watched the end of it. I was on the couch. I couldn't get away. I was just hoping that Uno would do it.
Why did you pick the Beagle?
It's just cute. I used to have a Beagle, and I just love dogs, and I love the Beagle. Actually, it's a great dog. It's a great...
Do you feel better about what you've done in the past?
You're not going to bring this up now. It has nothing to do with this dog show.
Boo was a Beagle.
Boo was a Beagle.
But you took to the shelter.
Can we just talk about the dog show last night?
Sure.
The Beagle won.
All the dogs that are still alive. The dogs that didn't get their necks snapped in the door.
There was no necks being
breeds
snapped.
you haven't killed.
There's no neck snapped in any doors.
Best of a live show.
Just excited for the Beagle. It was a great show.
Nothing else on.
No, there was lots of stuff on TV. I just saw it. In fact, I had to search it out. It was on CNBC. It was supposed to be on the USA Network.
I mean,
pissed me off.
This thing sells out Madison Square Garden every night that it's on, which is probably a 22,000 seat venue.
Once a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's big. It's a national event?
Yes.
You can find that many retards.
These people put a lot of effort into getting these dogs to that point.
And what was it about the Beagle, short of being cute? Was
just very well bred, very great, a lot of personality.
Didn't blow in her hand.
Didn't do the hand thing. No hand tricks.
Okay.
He was adorable.
Weren't any of the other dogs cute?
They were. I think it had to do with the fact that Beagle never won before, and this dog was real muscular and just peppy, and you saw him and you're like,
you're as wound up about this as JD is. I like dogs, and I like watching possibly Benji, but I'm not going to watch a dog show.
It's kind of, I tuned it on last night just to see, and you kind of get hooked into it because the judges make it dramatic. Like at the end, they say, they're just standing there looking, go, give me the Beagle. And that means he's won. Crowd went nuts. That's cool.
And I have to continue.
Nothing else happens. Beagles don't run in circles. Nobody hits something and bursts into flames.
Oh,
all right.
I was just going to say, the point of contention with the dog show is the cutest dog hardly ever wins. Usually it's one of the ugliest things you've ever seen and wouldn't even want in your house, let alone being, put up on some sort of pedestal.
Okay. We past this excitement?
If you'd like to, sure.
You have the audio of the cop slapping the kid around on the skateboard?
Yeah, I have that one too.
Was there audio of the chick that threw the paralyzed guy out of the chair?
No, there was no audio of that, just video. God, that's terrible too. Yeah, that story too. That's just, throwing that guy, just dumping him. She didn't believe that he was paralyzed. And he's going, I can't get out.
Why was he arrested?
He had outstanding warrant, traffic tickets, so they brought him in. I mean, the car, she wasn't at the arrest scene.
Do you have the story, Dan?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A paraplegic man in Florida was dumped from his wheelchair by a cop in Tampa because she didn't believe he was paralyzed. 32-year-old Brian Sterner of Riverview, Florida, which is just south of Tampa, was arrested on January 29th on an outstanding warrant for a traffic incident that happened back in October.
Should have paid it.
He admits that.
All right.
Brian is paralyzed from the waist down, and he drives a car that's been fitted with hand pedals.
He said today on the Today Show he was a quadriplegic.
He said that a couple different times. Doesn't that mean all four?
That's what
I saw him move his arms when he was on the ground. And as she goes to dump him, he kind of braces himself with his arm.
Well, in the video, when she dumps him out, as they're booking him, I guess she told him to get up to be patted down. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, and he does have some use of his arms. I mean, on the Today Show video, he was able to move his arms, fold his arms, cross his arms. And in the video, as he's... I can't believe I'm even saying this. As she's dumping him from behind from his chair, you see his hands having the death grip on the armrest of his wheelchair.
Because when he falls, he doesn't try and block his face with his hands at all. He just goes head first.
They said, I saw an interview, he can't feel anything from his, basically, teats down. Because they said he broke a couple of ribs when they dumped him out of the chair, but he couldn't feel it, so he just had to go to the doctor, and they said, hey, you got...
So that's the way that they test to see if people are paralyzed.
You better get up!
Sounds like something you'd do.
Well, what?
That kid that wanted the concert tickets and said he was paralyzed.
You got people calling up nonstop saying they have different maladies and they want tickets or prizes.
Yeah.
Don't come in here and expect me just to take it on face value.
You don't burn his feet.
What would you have done?
I would have believed him if he's in a wheelchair and his mother's there, and maybe a doctor's note. I don't know. I don't believe I would have burned his feet to make sure he didn't kick.
Did he burn his feet?
You either wanted to or did.
You wanted to. I don't think you ever did.
No. Why'd they give him the tickets then?
I don't know. You were soft that day.
Soft moment.
I think I specifically said I want him to come up here and I want to make sure he's paralyzed.
He did.
You better get out! So what did after... And the other thing with the video, she dumps him out of the chair. Nobody reacts.
No.
All the other officers watch. In fact, one of them grabs a clipboard, ready to write down whatever she's about to tell him.
They're all suspended, too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, all the cops in the room. She's off under investigation. All they are just suspended.
After he was arrested on January 29th, Brian was taken to Orient Road Jail for booking when 44-year-old Charlotte Marshall Jones, who was a deputy with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, told Brian to stand. He told her he couldn't. Brian broke his neck in a car accident 14 years ago and is paraplegic, but Charlotte didn't believe him. So she walked behind Brian, grabbed the handles on the back of his chair, and just dumped him on the floor.
And when did all this happen?
January 29th.
Why did it take a few weeks for this to come to light?
I don't know.
Well, what he said on the Today Show was he sat home, he got home, and just ate on him. Finally called a Tampa TV station, and they went and got the videotape.
I would immediately ask for somebody there. And obviously, none of the officers filed a report.
No.
Because he's the one that had to go to the media.
And the sheriff said, I'm sick to even see this. I can't believe it.
You better get up!
You're under arrest.
All right, where's the audio of the cop beating the kid on the skateboard?
It's cut 24.
Do we still have the audio of that diesel that was pushing the guy in the wheelchair?
I don't have it with me right this moment. I'm sure we can find it. You are. Oh, you're just on a tear today? People getting beat up and shoved around? And
that's all I can think of is that guy that was going through a crosswalk in his wheelchair, and a diesel didn't see him, and he lodged in the front of his grill.
Started going down the highway.
How long did they go? 3 or 4 miles?
Yeah. All the 911 calls.
How fast was it?
Yeah, I think it was 40 or 50 miles an hour.
That's not funny. Stop it. Can you imagine the fear in that guy's? Stop.
If I remember the photo of the kid correctly, I don't think there was a whole lot of fear. I think he thought he was on a ride.
Was he retarded? I don't remember that part.
I don't remember specifically, but he didn't have that look of all-knowing on his face.
I remember that part, but still.
That's a strange hood ornament.
A Peterbilt?
What if those light up? All right, where's the audio with the cop?
The cop is 24.
You're not allowed to ride your skateboards down here. Nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
That's why I asked you if you had your thing on. Don't get defensive with me. You back off me. I'm not your father. You hear me? I'm not your father. You give that attitude to your father. You give it to me, I'll smack you upside the head.
I don't have a father.
Shut your mouth. I'm talking.
Eric, shut up, dude.
Where are you from?
Dude, I didn't do anything.
Where are you from? Give me that skateboard.
How does he throw the kid down?
No,
I forget.
The kid was already sitting down. That's when he's reaching up and grabbing the skateboard from him.
Is there any part of this video from the beginning that we're missing? Because this kid already sounds like a smart ass.
This is where it picks up.
A little bit, but
nothing to justify this.
No.
You're not allowed to ride your skateboards down here. Nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
That's why I asked you if you had your thing on. Don't get defensive with me. You back off me. I'm not your father. You hear me? I'm not your father. You give that attitude to your father. You give it to me, I'll smack you upside the head.
I don't have a father.
Shut your mouth. I'm talking.
Eric, shut up, dude.
Where are you from?
Dude, I didn't do anything.
Where are you from?
Now, what happens to the cop afterwards? Suspended? Fired?
Yeah, he's suspended. Cop in Baltimore let an obnoxious teenager get under his skin to the point that he lost control in the school. And unfortunately for him, the incident ended up, of course, on YouTube. The cop's name is Salvatore Rivieri, and he works for the Baltimore PD. He pulled up to a group of kids skateboarding at the Inner Harbor of Baltimore and warned them that skateboarding was prohibited at that location. One of the kids, 14-year-old named Eric Bush, got a little mouthy with him, so Officer
Dan just sent me the picture of the kid that got lodged in the front of the diesel.
Let me see.
He doesn't look too terrified.
No, he doesn't, actually. He looks like he's coming off a sea ride at Disney World.
At worst, he looks maybe a little put out.
Hope I don't have to wait in line to get on this again.
That's the best.
Look real.
Oh,
Anyway, back to the cop and the skateboard kid. The officer pushed Eric to the ground, took his skateboard, and then berated him. One of the kids at the scene was smart enough to record it with a video camera. Eric told the officer he didn't know he couldn't skate there.
Flo, go in the hall if you keep laughing about the kid in the front of the diesel. What's funny is if you look closely at the picture, his drink cup is lodged right here between the wheelchair and the grill. Don't know why that's funny to me. And the way that it's lodged into the grill, it looked like somebody specifically did that.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was put in there on purpose as opposed to he's just going through a crosswalk and the diesel didn't see him. Did you finish the story, Dan?
I'm sorry, I was sending you a second photo. So anyway, Eric tried to plead with officer.
Oh, Jesus.
Open it.
No.
Yeah.
Let me finish the story, Chloe. Eric tried to plead with Officer Riviere to get his skateboard back, but Eric kept saying, dude, and that made the officer even angrier. At the very end of the video, you can hear the officer say, is that camera on? If I find myself on, and then it cuts out. This happened last July, but the video just recently showed up on YouTube.
All right, let me play the rest of this audio. Okay. Then I'll show Chloe the other picture of the kid that was lodged in front of the diesel. All right. Did you actually read what it said on his shirt?
Oh, yeah, that's why I said it.
Shut your mouth, I'm talking.
Eric, shut up, dude.
Where you from?
Dude, I didn't do anything.
Where you from? Sit down.
Dude.
Sit down, I'm not a dude.
I'm calling
Eric, sit down.
You're damn right you're calling your mother.
Dude, don't take my skateboard. I didn't do anything.
You call me dude one more time. Are you from the county or something? Where are you from? I'd like to talk to her.
I didn't even do anything. I didn't hear.
First of all, you disrespected me, this badge, and my department. You understand me? When I'm
Is this guy doing traffic? Is he a bicycle cop?
He's a traffic cop. He's in one of those little smart cars. Smart cars.
No wonder he's so angry.
He's a great big guy, and they pan the camera over him using this little bitty golf cart looking thing.
So he's pissed off. He's driving the Super Coupe.
Yeah, pretty much.
talking to you, you shut your mouth and you listen. Obviously, your parents don't put a foot in your butt quite enough because you don't understand the meaning of respect. First of all, you better learn how to speak. I'm not man, I'm not dude. I am Officer Riviere. Now, the sooner you learn that, the longer you're going to live in this world. Because you go around doing this kind of stuff, somebody's going to kill you.
Very threatening.
Very much so over a skateboard.
And this kid did nothing else leading up to this that we know of.
Literally, the only audio you're missing is him saying, you can't skateboard here, and then they keep going, and then where it picks up is he yells at him again, and he asks before he goes, are you listening to me? And they don't say anything. Then as it starts, that's what he says. Why ask you if you could hear me?
Got it.
How old are you? 14. Sit down. Did you not just hear me? Bam! Son, what is your problem?
My pimp hand.
You go to school and give your teacher this kind of lip and backtalk your teacher? Now what makes you think you can come and...
Yeah, he's wigging out, but he's probably also got a point.
Not to this extent.
If that kid heard him the first time and he ignored him, and then he's the dude and everything else.
Well, the dude, that's just...
Especially when you know that you've already pissed a cop off and this guy's maniacal. You don't cop an attitude.
I don't hear an attitude so much in the kid's voice. I hear him trying to be defensive and go, and dude, you know what? That just comes out. I don't think he was meaning it on purpose because it ever does that when he gets really defensive. It's like, dude. And I don't think it's defensive. I just think it's a crutch.
Hey, son, what is your problem? You go to school and give your teacher this kind of lip and backtalk your teacher?
This cop is screaming at him. Obviously, you can hear the traffic, so people are watching this.
Stop calling me dude. A dude is somebody who works on a ranch. Your friends got brains in their head. They know when to shut their mouth. You just keep flapping.
That's pretty much the end of it, and then that's when he kind of looks at the camera and goes, if I see myself on... Click.
Now I forgot what you told me earlier. He was suspended, fired.
He's been suspended with pay so far.
Why they give him pay?
I don't know.
Investigation. That's normal.
Yeah. What investigation? You got the video. You already know that he wigged out.
I think that's probably just their, standard operating procedure in the
and
initial
if he
phase.
wigs out over something like this, how is he going to handle another situation that maybe is a little more disastrous?
That's what you got to look at as his supervisor. Okay, you got pissed off at a skateboard incident. We'll give you a bigger car. We really will.
My guess would be kind of like the Utah State Trooper with the taser. They'll, with the police union, he'll probably get a slap on the wrist. He'll take some sort of sensitivity course. Maybe I don't know how you can get demoted more than that little car.
For me to watch that's enough. I don't care if this is overreacting. For him not to be a cop. You're supposed to be in control of the situation. You're not supposed to wig out. Whether you like it or not, you're a peace officer. We're going to hold you to a higher standard, and either you can live up to that or you can't. And wigging out over a kid on a skateboard, I don't care how smart mouth he was, you can't, especially in public.
And the kid, anywhere, but the kid really wasn't even that big of a smartass. Was he defiant? Yeah. For a 14-year-old, probably so.
I still think we're missing something. Because these kids didn't start taping until all of this started. So you don't know what led up to this.
That's true. And maybe that's part of what their investigation, that has to be part of what they're looking into.
Okay. Well, he still lost it, regardless of how it ramped up. It didn't make any difference.
I'm putting a skateboard in my car. It won't fit.
You got a bungee cord. All right, you want a break here?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a picture of another shot of the kid stuck to the front of the diesel. See the shirt? I'm not sure why that makes it funnier, but he's just wedged into the front of the diesel. You can tell he's a little off. Little fat kid wearing a red shirt. I'm a pepper. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
This segment is brought to you by Geico Insurance.
To cross the line, they speed by it. Don't look back. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
What's on the link you sent me?
The first, they're both interviews with the kid from the wheelchair and the 18-wheeler. And then there are the 911 calls.
All right. What's the face?
Nothing. Just making fun of this poor kid.
I just want to hear the story. I want to know what happened.
You've heard it.
I don't remember all of it. In fact, I don't remember seeing the story.
Where's he from? Yeah.
He's from Paw Paw, Michigan.
One day after his harrowing ride, Ben Carpenter retelling the story he'll never forget. The 22-year-old was crossing this Paw Paw Street when a semi-tractor driver apparently lost sight of his chair. Moving forward, the truck hooked the chair's arm handles into the grill and away they went. This is the view Ben saw from the front of the truck as it picked up speed, eventually reaching 50 miles an hour. Ben says he wasn't convinced he was going to make it before the smoking tires on the motorized chair finally gave out.
Probably wasn't even thinking. I was probably thinking that he's just going to keep going, not stop anywhere. He's going to go 50, 60 miles somewhere. I mean, what if I ended up in South Haven? I mean, I would have been dead way before that. I mean,
that it?
I sent you another link with another interview.
Yeah. I'll listen to the 911 calls.
3:34 p.m. 44 seconds, June 6, 2007.
911 emergency.
There was just a semi going, what road is this? Red Arrow, going down Red Arrow, and it had a wheelchair in front of it with a guy, and I don't think he knew that he's pushing a wheelchair down the road with the man.
I've got it, thank you.
King of the world.
Is that all of them?
Oh, there should be 4 tracks on there.
Oh, all right. Here's the next one.
911. I'm sitting here at the corner of Michigan and Hazen Street in Pawpaw, and a semi-truck just came by, and he does not know it, but he has a gentleman on the front of his truck that is in a wheelchair.
Stop. Quit laughing at this poor guy.
Nothing happened to him. He's fine.
He's fine. He had a great little ride.
In one of the interviews, he said, I know what 50's like.
In a wheelchair.
And he's pushing him down the road, and there's a girl on a bike screaming, running after him, trying to get the truck to stop.
Okay, you're Michigan and Hazen?
Yes, and they are headed west on Hazen. I think it was a Ralph Moyle truck.
Westbound on Hazen.
It doesn't matter what the make was. It's the only one with a wheelchair hood on him.
I'm fired! I'm fired! Please!
Stop it.
No, westbound on
Michigan.
On Michigan, yeah.
Okay. It's a Ralph Moyle truck?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure it was a white semi-truck.
I'm eating bugs.
It's coming to me.
It's like a big bug buffet. I'm eating bugs.
Pepper.
I heard the girl screaming, so I was looking at her when I was getting ready to turn, and then looked at the truck, and I saw the guy in his wheelchair, and he's being pushed by this semi-truck.
Okay.
So she's screaming, and then I looked at the truck and went, it's a white truck.
Okay, we'll get him out there.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for cutting out the static.
I just had time to download them.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like this. That sounds like they came from the front of the truck.
That sounds like what?
It sounds like that one came from the front of the truck.
3:33 p.m., 29 seconds, June 6, 2007.
911 emergency.
I'm at the corner of...
Hey, guess what? 911 emergency. What are you doing? What's the weirdest thing that you heard today? Just tell me.
I'm going to top it.
Yeah.
You can guess all day.
Gotta make some cash.
Hazen and Red Arrow, there is a westbound truck dragging a man in a wheelchair. He did not see him crossing in front of him when the light changed. He's out in front of the middle school right now.
He's westbound?
He's westbound. He doesn't know he's dragging this man.
Okay, we'll get help on the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
One last cut.
Yeah.
3:33 p.m., 43 seconds, June 6, 2007.
911 emergency.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Hello? This is 911. Where are you?
I have no idea. I'm in Papa, obviously. I'm not in Austin. You're dead here.
Okay. Stop yelling. I can't understand you. Where are you?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm in Papa. It looks like I'm at the middle school. And my client, he's in a wheelchair. He had to cross the street. And his brother didn't stop. And it's still going in on the front. Michigan Avenue.
Oh, this is a chick that almost passes out.
Yes.
I even bothered to call.
You're just trying to do whatever you can at that moment.
You're not telling me anything.
I know. I think was this one running or in the car?
I don't know what she's doing.
In front of the middle school? Yes, in front of the middle school. Okay, we'll get help over there. 911 call pedestrian TI West Michigan Avenue in front of Papa High School. Jen, you need to calm down. I have help on the way. Okay, 473, my teller's advising a semi hit a subject in a wheelchair. The semi continued westbound on Michigan. My caller's name is Jen Rock. Jen? Jen. Yes. Okay, what direction did the semi go in? Did it go westbound? I don't know. It's going like I don't.
All she's doing is wasting this dispatcher's time for somebody else to call in, could actually say, I don't know where I am. I can tell you what's happening, but I can't help you with anything else.
It's a word to come to help.
I don't know what direction. Is it going out of town or into town? It's going out of town, I believe. Can you give me a description of it?
Probably a long haul.
It was like it didn't have a trailer. It was white. Okay, white semi-tractor? Yes.
It's a tractor with a wheelchair.
It wasn't hauling a trailer. Okay. Like the cab car.
I wasn't hauling anything.
All right, so the ones with the trailers with the wheelchair we ignore.
Yes.
Good job,
Here I come.
I can't see. I'm like across from Game and Blaze.
Is this the same chick through this whole thing? Because she's going to drive me nuts.
Yeah.
The entire clip?
Yes.
All right.
5115 around at 1536. The suspect vehicle is a semi-tractor with no trailer.
I understand being distraught because you don't know how this is going to play out. But after the story, sounded like the kid was having a big time.
He was, actually. He was calm.
I'm food.
Or just hang up on her at this point. You're getting no information.
No, and I don't think anything changes. This shows it had 2.5 minutes left on the clip. And I think that's the same audio to the end, right?
That's what the description said.
Yeah, all right. What are you looking at online, Dan?
It looks like Jason Kidd may be coming back to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, KLLI had some breaking news at 3 about some trade with the Mavericks. Supposed to be a big deal. I didn't care.
Yeah, just thought out in case you... Yeah, never mind.
Who's Jason Kidd?
He used to be a point guard here, and then they traded him. He went to Phoenix, and he's in New Jersey. And
I think they got 2 people. Who's the other guy?
They got 3.
They got 3?
Yes. And they're
You want to tell me? You want me to guess the players? I'll run through the roster. Is there a guy named Dirk?
He didn't get traded.
Okay.
I apologize. I don't know the
Golden
name.
Richards.
No, he was with the
John Nyland.
Cowboys.
I just saw the numbers. I didn't see the name. I said Jason Kidd. I don't know the other
Neely.
2.
The what?
Ralph Neely.
Yeah, what about him?
I don't think so.
Curly.
Curly? Pat Summerall. Gavin, do you know?
I will get it for you momentarily.
It was on KRLD. They had all the information.
Yeah, it's on the front page.
Okay.
We're giving up Devin Harris, Diop, and they're giving up Stackhouse.
Diop?
Backup center.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Jerry Stackhouse and some other players. The deal with Stackhouse is he's going to be traded there. They're going to cut him, and then we're going to re-sign him back. So really, he's not going anywhere. And then we're also giving him, I think, $3 million.
Giving who $3 million?
New Jersey Nets.
You need to slow down.
I'm sorry?
Who gets what?
New Jersey Nets are giving us Jason Kidd and 2 other players.
All right.
We're giving them, I think, 6 players, $3 million, and 2 first-round picks.
What happened to Golden Richards?
Retired from the Cowboys.
Oh. Okay.
Malik Allen is the other New Jersey Net that'll be coming to Dallas.
All right. So we get 3 players. They get 6.
Yes.
And they give us $3 million?
No, we've given them $3 million and 2 first-round picks.
All right. God, that seems like a crap deal.
Why?
Well, we're getting Jason Kidd and some other guy I've never heard of. We're giving them Devin Harris, Terry Stackhouse, Devin George, Desanya Jop, Maurice Ager, 2 first-round picks, and then the $3 million Trey mentioned. Now, granted, we'll get the Stackhouse back, but 2 first-round picks in cash for plus those players, that just seems...
Jason Kidd's a little long in the tooth as far as his career goes, so he doesn't have a lot.
Well, they obviously weighed all this out before they made these trades and went through the exchange of cash. They play basketball. They probably know what they're doing.
I agree. Just on paper, it looks funny.
Okay.
But Jason Kidd might be what it takes to win.
How old is he now?
Gosh, I'm going to bet he's 34, 35.
What is it, Gavin?
36.
Okay. Do we have the rest of the story right?
Yes.
We give up 6 players. They give us 3. They give us $3 million, and we give up 2 first-round draft picks.
We give them $3 million. Not they give us $3 million.
All right. Anything else? You hear about Uno?
We were supposed to start the Jerry Stackhouse show in a couple weeks.
Who is that?
The station was just about to...
Who's Jerry Stackhouse? Are you guys doing this to me on purpose?
No,
he's a Mavericks player.
Got traded today.
Okay, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, if he gets waived and comes back, then that would be great.
What does he play?
He's a forward for the Dallas Mavericks.
And we want him back?
Yes.
All right.
We like him.
Okay. When does his show start?
I
don't care. Go ahead, Dan.
You mentioned the other day no one has a plan in the presidential campaign stuff.
Right.
Apparently,
well, they all have plans. They just won't give us the heads up.
Apparently, Obama's decided to give you the heads up.
All right.
Democrat Barack Obama said today that as president, he would spend $210 billion to create jobs in construction and environmental industries as he tried to win over economically struggling voters. Obama's investment would be over 10 years as part of 2 programs. The larger is $150 billion to create 5 million so-called green-collar jobs to develop more environmentally friendly energy sources. $60 billion would go to a national infrastructure reinvestment bank to rebuild highways, bridges, airports, and other public projects. Obama estimated that could generate nearly 2 million jobs, many of them in the construction industry that's been hit by the housing crisis.
And all of this is going to happen with tax cuts.
Obama explained that the money for his spending proposals will come from ending the Iraq War, cutting tax breaks for corporations, taxing carbon pollution, and raising taxes on high-income earners.
Okay, so what?
I was waiting for that line.
Yeah.
What's the last part?
And raising taxes on high-income earners.
I really hate to complain about this, because I very seldom do.
Okay.
I'm already paying almost 40%. Mm-hmm. How much more? And that's just 40% to the feds.
Correct.
That doesn't include sales tax.
Nope.
Doesn't include the tax that I pay to the school district that I don't use.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't include anything else that I use that's taxed. At a certain point, there's really not going to be anything left to come after me for. As fantastic, as retarded as that sounds, you should be able to tax to a certain point.
I agree. It should only, if you're in 40%, wow, I didn't know there was a 40% tax bracket.
It's pretty close.
My guess would be when he talks about raising taxes on the high-income earners is when Bush did his tax cut, a lot of people complained that the bulk of those tucks came for richer Americans. So maybe
and that's going to be a smaller percentage of the voting populace, which means, again, you're trying to appeal to a broad spectrum, and that's the way he's going to get elected.
Is this a campaign stance, though? You know, I'm going to make the rich people pay. Because look who's voting. The majority of the people are voting. Oh, yeah, let's get those.
But as far as the percentage goes, the rich are a smaller portion of the population.
Right.
So, again, you're going to throw out broad general things to appeal to the working man.
And also heard somebody on
Not somebody that pays for a school district with no kids.
Here we go.
Go ahead, what?
I just heard somebody on MSNBC say, you know, all this talk about the health care that they're going to get for everybody, that's not going to happen. It's almost physically impossible to make that happen in 4 years. So that's, again, posturing for the election.
Even in his plan, he says it's a 10-year plan. He's only running for a 4-year term.
And even if he was reelected, that's still 8 years.
Yeah, and you have to get this stuff through Congress.
You know what? Just give it to anybody. I don't care who it is. Everybody's going to tell me whatever it is that they think I want to hear. I'm not going to be smart enough to go back and research it. I'm going to go with whoever I like the most. Stick Hillary and Obama in a cage, and whoever comes out gets the country.
If Hillary won the nomination, Trey, could Barack go run as vice with McCain?
With McCain, no.
He means crossing parties.
He could. I don't think it would happen.
Okay, just wondered.
They're talking about two completely different philosophies as far as what needs to happen.
Right. I just wondered if you put those two together, would not bring in both factions and make it just a slam dunk.
Again, you broaden your spectrum.
Yeah. I mean,
but the only problem is their philosophies back and forth are going to contradict each other, so you're going to have a lot of canceling out.
Right.
Yeah, do you lose a lot of conservatives?
You know what, it's too complicated, and I don't really care.
Well, you know.
They're going to get in office, and things aren't going to change dramatically.
Oh.
So it's a bright... do the cage thing and let Hillary go at Obama.
It's a bright new tomorrow. We have faith. We have a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what's ridiculous is, you're right, you go back 25, 30 years, and it's the exact same TV commercial. They just changed the name.
Yeah, Trey sent me the clip of, who was it, Carter?
Yep, Carter in 76.
30...
Ready for a change.
30 years ago, exact same stuff that's coming out of them now.
Washington,
why should we really pay attention?
That's the thing. That Barack Obama TV spot was almost exactly like the Carter. Make Washington. We're going to change Washington. That's not the problems, but Washington. And
we're going to take the White House back. It sounds like we've been overcome by some foreign entity that's taken over the White House, and we're going to go back and we're going to take it back. And this is going to be the new Alamo.
Day one, everything's going to change.
No. The Carter spot, he goes, we feel like there have been walls built around Washington that we've got to overcome and make it for the people again. I mean, it's the same rhetoric.
Well, Carter actually tore down some of those walls and found a way to increase unemployment and raise inflation.
Yeah, and make us look like fools when he didn't do anything to the Iranians after our hostage deal.
Well, they couldn't really do anything. They still had the hostages. In fact, was it Iranian?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't release the hostages until the day that Reagan was sworn in.
Immediately after inauguration.
Just to be...
It was like a finger in the pee hole.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, we'll let them go.
Reagan's in?
Reagan had already said that this will not go unchecked. So they knew possibly something was coming once he got...
Okay. How we doing, Clint?
Breaking 2.
Go ahead, Dan.
Senator Hillary Clinton, coming off 8 consecutive losses to rival Barack Obama, stepped up her campaigning Wednesday and directly challenged Obama's ability to deliver on his rhetoric. Clinton hopes Texas will serve as a bulwark against Obama's wave of growing political support. Texas holds its primaries on March 4th, along with Ohio, Vermont, and Rhode Island. The New York Democrat has events scheduled in McAllen, Robstown, and San Antonio. In addition to Texas with its large Latino population, a group she has done well with this primary season, Clinton is also banking on winning Ohio and its blue-collar voters, another group that has backed her in previous primaries.
But still, if she doesn't carry Texas, she's out.
Pretty much.
That's some audio talking about her big swing through Texas, cut number 26, and what she's going to do here in the great state.
Texas in the next 3 weeks, bringing our message about what we need in America, the kind of president that will be required on day one to be commander-in-chief, to turn the economy around. I'm tested. I'm ready. Let's make it happen.
There's no way that you can make her appealing to anybody. She's irritating to listen to. She's irritating to look at. And if you're going to give me the same rhetoric that Obama, I'd rather get it on with Obama.
That's exactly what everybody's saying. He's just easier to look at and easier to listen to. He's on cut 25 after the last night's primary.
He's just more pleasant.
Yeah, but he says the same thing. Listen.
We call it the American dream because it's a dream we have for ourselves and our own families, but it's a dream we have for everybody. That is our calling in this campaign.
Same thing out of the 50s. Chicken in every pot and cars in the garage and everything. Just give it to somebody. Play bingo. Do a scratch off for the White House. And I can't even go back and listen to that clip of Hillary. It's just so... It's screechy, it's disturbing, and you know who it's coming out of.
Sure. O'Malley pulled his headphones off.
That's actually weird you had that audio, JD, because earlier today I was thinking, I'm open to hearing whatever Hillary has to say, except for the fact I can't stand every time you see her on TV, she's always yelling when she doesn't need to be. And that just gets on my last nerve.
And you're not screaming to get a point across. You're just trying to get the crowd revved up. I don't care. and it doesn't speak well of you that I'd rather screw Obama and his chocolatey goodness as opposed to you.
I just wish she'd go back to kind of being sour. I have more respect for her because that's really more her personality.
Yeah, you know, that fake. It's a spin process. They make her try and look human.
Yeah.
I love it when she went through her laugh phase.
Oh, she's still doing that. She tries to smile every place she's going.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
And it's funny to her because she knows what actually is inside. She gets elected. She gets in the White House. I'll give it 3 or 4 days. There's going to be the shell of something out on a tree, and she climbed out of it. Breaker. All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. A show about everyday life where nothing is forbidden. The Russ Martin Show.
No traffic. Okay.
I just went out back and saw your new Torino again.
And?
Well, I just reminded me of an email we got. I was going to mention earlier. Hey, Russ, boss man, why do you keep spending all your money on stupid cars? You always talk about money for your foundation or Operation Kindness. Wouldn't the money be better spent to give more to your charities than on silly cars? Beth.
Yes.
From a chick. It would be better spent.
What? No reason I should treat myself.
Well, you've treated yourself quite a bit. You have 10, how many cars now?
I don't know.
Of course you don't. You have too many to count.
But you give a lot back.
To who?
Police Fire, Operation Kindness.
But she's right. I could give more. Why should I keep any of it?
Because you work hard. You should be able to enjoy it.
People don't want you to enjoy it. You make a little extra cash, they want you to give it to somebody that they want to have it.
Look at the money you've given out.
I don't know that I've done that.
Really? You want to start at top or bottom?
I don't care.
All right. Volunteer firefighter Joe Lemons.
Okay.
Officer Patrick Netzler.
You keep these things handy?
Mm-hmm. Officer Marty Steinfeld.
In your back pocket?
Officer Kevin James. You know the names. Officer Glenn.
Oh, I get it.
One.
He does this to make me cry.
Oh. It works normally.
I don't know the names. I've forgotten. I write the checks and I just kind of erase it.
Grand Prairie.
Officer Glenn Medlin.
What about Grand Prairie?
Who was the officer?
Gregory Lee Hunter.
Yeah, you've forgotten them all.
And who was...
Why is it funny to you guys?
It's not funny. It's just when you feign this, I don't know him. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll never do this. And you mention it, you know them all. You know them by heart. You wrote the letters. We've seen them.
Austin.
Do what?
Austin.
Amy Lynn Donovan.
Grapevine.
Nathan Ray Laurie.
Fort Worth.
Which time?
Henry Hank Nava Jr. Dwayne Neal Frito.
Dallas.
I got no time for your stupid games.
Oh, yeah. Remember you got that bike for Cody?
That was a screw job. That's been a screw job for 7 years.
No, what?
I got jacked into that. There's no reason a crippled kid needs a bike. What a sham.
Were those tears in the street when he got on that bike? Was that a sham?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
that was $3,000 for a bike that he didn't need.
He did need. Run up and down the street.
What was his name? Cody?
Cody.
We called one day just to see how he's doing. She said he's out. His mom, I forget what her name is, said he's out front digging a hole. Well, if things are that bad, give me the bike back.
think he was playing. He was just playing.
And he never wore that Halloween costume that I got him.
He's not going to wear the slug costume.
What about the salt that I gave him to go with?
They really appreciated that.
What?
They really appreciated that.
The Halloween outfit?
No, I mean, everything that you did. I saw them, all the family, last year at Sneaky Pete's, and they were still raving.
Was Cody there?
Yes. He was there. He was dancing with all these hot chicks.
How was he dancing?
Well,
I God knew it.
He wasn't standing up. He was in the wheelchair. They're just kind of dancing with him in the wheelchair. And they were still very appreciative of everything you did. Especially his dad came up and was like, "Oh, you Chloe, nice to meet you." And "Oh my gosh, Russ is so great."
I guys rused into that.
You didn't.
They sent an email that said our kid is crippled. We want to get him a bike for Christmas. Well, what kind of cruel crap is that? We'll call. We'll find out.
Right.
They make bikes that you pedal with your hands.
Certainly do. Have to be custom made. Very expensive.
What?
You've got a porch named after you at Operation Kindness. I forget how much money you've raised for them.
But they won't let me sit on it.
What's for the dogs?
Well,
you put money up for both Mercy and Angel's reward.
That didn't make any difference. I don't need to
read that.
Read what? What is this?
It's your speech at Mercy's memorial service.
You going to cry?
Oh, I will.
I'm not going to read this.
Well, it's part of what you've done.
I'm sure people, because they covered that after Mercy was burned to death, media came out, and because they shouldn't have portrayed it as a funeral. It should have been some type of memorial for all animals that are abused.
Yeah.
Because then you look like a bunch of buffoons burying a pit bull.
Why?
Just the way it comes out.
It's just a horrible story. No, I don't think anybody felt that way. I really don't.
That was a funeral bigger than I've seen for most people.
That touched a lot of people.
This is a eulogy I wrote?
Uh-huh.
I ain't reading that.
Please.
No.
Why?
It's not entertaining. It's not compelling. There ain't no punchline at the end.
Does everything have to have a punchline?
Yes.
Russ Martin 101. No, you don't.
I'm not reading that. What are you looking at, Dan?
I was actually just looking at the tax brackets.
We're back to you don't need the cars.
Well, everyone's trying to make you cry just for different reasons.
All right. What do they say, Dick?
Well, for your salary, unless there's a higher tax bracket that they don't list here for most normal folks, yours would be 35%.
Seems like it's more.
Well, then you tack on sales tax, you tack on school tax.
Well, that's the tax.
City tax.
That doesn't include Social Security or any. They take
just fed.
all the things that come out of the check. It's almost 40%. And now Obama wants to increase the taxes for the upper income.
Well, for wealthy people, yes.
You'll probably end up paying another 5% if he wins.
Still not going to vote?
No.
Okay. Let him get in there.
He's got to go through a lot of other rich people before he pisses me off. They're not going to let that happen.
Why not?
You got too many lobbyists, too many constituents. They're not going to let you bump up another 5% on taxes that are really at this point almost usurious.
No, I don't see a 5% increase. I think that's.
But now it does make sense if you're going to do all these other social programs, you bastard. If you're going to do those and you're not going to raise taxes. For most people, it's got to come from someplace.
He's saying it's going to come from stopping the war, too. When I stop giving all that money to the war.
Well, that's the other thing. Okay, I came up with a plan. I'm going to do this. And to pay for this, I'm going to stop these other things. All right, so you're not telling me how you're going to do these other things, just this one. Mm-hmm. You're going to stop the war how? All of a sudden, you're going to phase out. How long is that going to take? What are going to be the guidelines? Are you going to look at the social structure of, where are we?
Iraq.
Iraq? Mm-hmm. You going to look at that? Or are you just going to yank them out regardless? Those are things that really you're going to have to stop and analyze. Don't tell me I'm just bringing the troops home because that's absurd. And it's actually ignorant to say.
That's what he's driving. Well, that's his thing in the speeches. I guess what they think is I've only got a minute to
I got to talk in sound bites.
Exactly.
I'm going to bring the troops home. I'm going to cut taxes. I'm going to screw around people who make a little bit more that shouldn't.
And 80% of the people that are listening to that want to hear sound bites. They don't want to hear details. They want to hear he's got a new plan for. That's what Bill Clinton did. New plan for tomorrow. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. You
got to pound the same things over and over. So when they go in the voting booth, all they're going to think is, all right, what did the Obama guy say?
You can't call her that.
You called her that.
I know, but I got away with it.
And a lot of people will go in there thinking that.
That she's a C?
Yeah.
And that's all you got to... When you go to vote, you're just thinking sound bites. Who promised me the most? And that's the way you're going to vote.
And my problem with Obama's quote-unquote new plan for, 2 million new jobs, helping construction and bridges and your taxes going up, I still think that, even though it's a plan and he put something out there, I still think that that's irresponsible, because part of the reason why we're in a deficit again is because of the war in Iraq. And he's just wanting to take that money from Iraq and just put it over to something else. I want to hear what you're going to do about reducing our deficit back when things were going really well in this country.
And I don't mind if my taxes go up if I know that you're going to do something prudent with it. You're going to support police, fire, roads, schools, whatever. If you're going to do that with it, cut back on some of the spending that doesn't need to be there, and you know it's there, especially with a lot of social programs. If you're going to do that, I don't mind paying extra, because in the long run, I'm going to benefit out of it. But don't just take more money from me and dick it away. Dick.
That's what he said. He said that he's going to do construction and build roads and schools and such, but he also says he's up for universal health care, which is going to cost you.
It always does. I don't care. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
I have a couple more emails.
What?
Can I get to one of these? Because this one's a question I had. Russ, why are you so grumpy?
Just tell me what it is. I'm trying to get on to something pertinent.
Why are you all of a sudden embracing your wedding? One day you said you were feeling faint.
Because I've given up.
Just thinking about getting married. The next day you're all of a sudden agreeing to the wedding date and that you should just do it. What happened? What changed? I thought about that last night.
I've given her. No.
You didn't kill her.
There's no reason to fight it. I'll get married. If it only lasts 3 or 4 years, that's as long as it lasts.
So the queasy feeling is gone. The fear is gone. The anxiety is gone.
No reason to go through it.
I agree.
That's what Dr. Thornton's been beating me with for the past 10 years. If you can't really do anything about it and it's not bad for you, why let yourself produce all the anxiety? I'll get married. I'm not going to get married where she wants to. She starts sending me different links today. One of them was like pizza in the village. I don't know what that was.
Pizza?
It was pizzazz. I thought it was pizza, and she tricked me into looking at it. I didn't even look at that because it looked like that was going to be a good 30, 40 grand. Oh. And her parents aren't going to have that cash, which means that's coming back to me.
Yes, it is. She used to spend that kind of money on cars. So
that's knows. My car. I get to keep something. I get something actually tangible out of it. This is intangible. I don't really get anything different. My life doesn't change. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'll be damned. Is that you laughing in the back, Chuck?
Yeah. No. No, it's Dr. Thornton.
I do care about her. Obviously, I do love her. I wouldn't be with her for 3 years. Marriage seemed like something that needed to be done.
Okay, very good.
Is it something that you want to happen?
No.
Then I swear to God, I've been the only person in this room that has said, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't force yourself into it.
JD's right. Really, nothing's going to change. If I have a prenup that's written out well, when the marriage goes belly up, she don't get nothing, she gets out.
You're right, and JD's absolutely correct, and I agree with him on that. My thing is with you. It's like if you don't want to do it, then why do it? Is it going to make you happier?
I don't know. You know what? Here's what I've decided. I'm going to let myself get adjusted to it, see if I can get acclimated to it, and 3 or 4 months down the road, if I'm still pissing blood, then I'm not going to get married. And that's going to be my temper.
That's a very good plan, actually. That's a really good plan. Just kind of accept it for a while, see how that feels. And if it still feels miserable by midsummer, say, you know what, plans do get called off up to day of.
What's supposed to be the date, Chuck?
27th.
Yeah.
Where do you want to get married?
Where?
Where? She's sending you links.
I like the white trash party.
Well, that's not that time of year, unfortunately.
How about that? That'd be next March, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, grand.
Unless you push it up in 1 month from now.
Oh, no.
You could do the civil service at the white trash party, then have the big wedding festival
in September? Yeah. Then I'd never do it. I'm not paying 40, 50 grand for a wedding, especially my own, where I don't want to be at it. And there's a good chance I won't show.
That I believe.
I'll just have somebody do it by proxy.
You'll pull the whole, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
How we doing, Claude?
I would absolutely love to see that happen, where you actually have a proxy stand in for you as she comes in.
I'll just be
aisle.
up at the altar.
Yeah.
I got to go piss.
No. You pulled that on me before in the restaurant.
All right, go ahead with news, Dan.
Okay. Texans should be aware of a scam that has emerged in connection with the proposed federal economic stimulus package. Under recently passed legislation, the IRS will mail tax rebate checks to eligible Texans over the next few months. Several Texans recently filed complaints with the Office of the Attorney General after receiving unsolicited emails and telephone calls from purported IRS agents claiming
that's the same email that JD got.
Except today I got another one. I got $800 coming back on this one.
Well, you're just raking in the dough.
Same template?
Same template, different web address.
Okay.
From purported IRS agents claiming that the taxpayers are eligible for, quote, Bush refunds. The scammers demand taxpayers' Social Security and bank account numbers, claiming the IRS will use the information to directly deposit rebate checks into the taxpayer's account. This is outright identity theft fraud. The IRS does not call or email taxpayers unexpectedly.
Well, they're already going to know all the information they're asking for.
Yeah, that's
Social Security, date of birth, whatever. They got that.
They should, and they don't contact anybody via email.
Well, they're not going to go through a web-based Hotmail or Yahoo account and ask me for my PIN to the bank and then ask again, do I Yahoo? What, Trey?
I don't think anyone asks for your Social Security number anymore. They might ask for your last 4 digits, but especially in writing.
It's like I said yesterday. If you send out in a mass email 5 million, you're probably going to have a couple of 1,000 idiots. They're going to fall for that.
And they're
going to send all that information, and then you're out.
Not necessarily even idiots, just people that aren't as savvy. Like, again, we talked about your mom. If she got
my mom would do something like that.
She might look at it and go, well, look at that.
But that's not a matter of being savvy. You don't send that. Everybody is aware at this point. You don't send sensitive information via email.
Apparently not. Because this is going to rake in some money.
And the IRS has never contacted you via the internet. It's always a nice letter. Nice, nasty letter.
Have you had some of those?
Yeah.
Well, they're asking you to finally file, maybe?
Right.
Get your stuff to Marty.
Then I'll have to talk to him. I'd rather go to prison.
President Bush on Wednesday.
Probably I'd be out sooner.
He does like to talk, but you've got to file your taxes. Every time he calls me, it ain't about me, it's about you. Hey, how you doing, JD? What's up with this show? Tell that Russ Martin to call me.
I'm not talking to him.
I need his tax stuff.
You couldn't get away from him if there was a tsunami that was coming. Marty, I gotta go. Totally. Marty, the Japanese are hitting me. I gotta go.
Wave. Speaking of waves, I always wave at the parade. When I know. Done it.
And it's still going on. That's why I'm 2.5 years late on my taxes.
I know.
I'd rather go to federal prison.
All right. Unless you want to give the stuff to me, and I'll get it to him.
President Bush today did sign the multi-billion-dollar economic rescue package. That means $300 to $1,200 rebates for many American households. Bush called the measure a booster shot for our economy to stave off a recession. Most taxpayers will receive a check of up to $600 for individuals and $1,200 for couples from the IRS, with an additional $300 per child. We know most of the basics, but I love this part. An Associated Press Ipsos poll found that only 19% of those surveyed said they plan to spend their rebate checks. 45% said they would pay bills, while 32% said they just plan to invest it.
Well, investing in itself would stimulate the economy. But if you just shove it in the bank, that defeats the entire purpose. They want to give it to you. They want you to spend it.
You got to buy a stereo.
They want to give you money. You can't manage money already, so they want to give you a little more.
Send it to me. I'll spend it.
You can't have it.
I know I can't have it. God, that's aggravating.
It's $500 or $600.
That's $600.
I'll give it to you.
I don't want it from you. I want it from our damn government that's giving it to people that don't even work.
That's the part I don't get. You're going to take people who never pay in taxes, they're going to get money back.
Because they know they'll be the most likely to spend it.
Well, there you go. We got it figured out.
The astronauts aboard the linked shuttle and space station geared up Sunday to inspect a damaged thermal blanket on Atlantis after their main job, installing the Columbus lab, was delayed a day because of the crew member's illness. After spending much of the morning preparing for Monday's spacewalk, the crew will use cameras and a robotic arm to gather more images of a 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch protrusion on one of the many blankets covering Atlantis' right orbital maneuvering system pod back near the tail.
Put the thing on Craigslist and get rid of it.
We got a loose fender.
The damage occurred during Thursday's launch.
Of course it did.
And was discovered on Friday. Space Station Flight Director Ron Spencer said early Sunday that NASA did not know if the blanket was torn or if it was just sticking up a bit.
Get rid of it.
We need to stop telling people this.
Engineers were trying to determine.
I think they almost take pride in the fact that they're able to fix things on the fly now. Forget the fact that it's falling apart launch after launch. Get rid of it. Put it in the green sheet. The thrifting nickel.
Nobody wants it.
Engineers were trying to determine whether the damage posed a hazard for re-entry. At flight's end, the peeled-up section is smaller than one that required spacewalking repairs to Atlantis in June.
If that's a common concern every single time that you go up into space where you're afraid of re-entry, you need to stop going.
I totally.
It's simplistic as you can make it.
We're bound to go.
Who says we have to go at a certain time? And if we don't, what's going to happen?
Well, we're in agreements with Russia, Europe.
We don't know that we can safely send people into space and back. We don't know that anymore. And it's getting worse as time goes on, and you've got different problems that creep up. Now you got a hole in your blankie. What was it last week? The radiator hose went bad. It's time to put this on hold, tell everybody else, we're not sure if we can do this safely. We're either going to have to start from scratch, or we're going to stop.
It's the only thing that can deliver stuff to the space station that's big enough. That's the problem. Like this new lab they put up there.
I don't care what the reasoning is. How do you justify however many people you put on the shuttle if they don't make it back? Is it worth whatever you sent up there? No. The answer is no.
For them, it is. That's why there's still a line to go. These people, that's all they want to do. That's what they train for. It is their goal, and they're still willing to do it. And I think to a man, though, I'll tell you, it's worth the risk. I mean, if you really look at it, 2 accidents in 25 years.
And how many near?
Well, who knows before you do cameras.
You got astronauts out there with needle and thread sewing up holes. That's not really the 21st century.
No, it's a 1970s vehicle. But we're still committed to use it, I think, till 2012.
A couple of little feet come out of the bottom of the space shuttle and take off. And a break. It's really gotten that absurd. How are we doing, Cliff?
Breaking 3.
Good, Dan.
There is a priest. We're once again visiting Poland here. There is a priest in Poland by the name of Andrzej Trojanowski who says he exorcises demons from about 20 people a week. The Washington Post did a story about him, and they asked him how you know if someone has a demon that needs to be exorcised.
Name's Valerie.
Here are some of the other things he said you should look for.
Somebody named Valerie.
Number 1 is bad body odor. Father Trojanowski says it may not be sweat, it could be a demon. Another one would be speaking in strange languages. Displays of superhuman strength.
Chasing people into the street with a gun and their socks.
A dislike of religious images like the cross. But he also mentioned a couple of more modern symptoms. Father Trojanowski says that people who regularly practice yoga could be possessed.
Yoga?
And he says internet addiction is a modern form of demonic possession. They're talking about porn.
Sure. Well, how was that demonic, though? It's sex. God created that.
Well, it's glorifying...
Whatever.
I don't believe anywhere in the Bible they said pornography's okay.
No, of course not.
2 chicks, 1 cup. I don't think anywhere.
2 chicks, 1 chalice.
Speaking of sex in Poland, can we hear the 911 call again, please?
Didn't I just play that?
And
a couple hours
2
ago.
hours ago.
We need to... Do I have time for this?
Yes.
All right. All right. Hold on.
Police emergency 911. What's your emergency?
Yes, buenos noches. I believe I'll be in need of your assistance with a dilemma.
Why the hell did I throw in Buenos Noches if this was in Poland?
That's my favorite part.
Obviously, I didn't read the entire story.
Clearly.
It was in the first sentence.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It had something. Well, next to the.
Where's the story?
date one, it's down there in the trash somewhere already.
Could be a Spaniard that's living in Poland
named Hanna Wozniak.
That's her married name.
Police emergency 911. What's your emergency? Yes, Buenos Noches. I believe I'll be in need of your assistance with a dilemma.
Did they say how many times this chick called 911 for sex?
It was over 700.
Why did it take that long to hunt her ass down?
Short of the fact that it's Poland.
Mm-hmm. They don't say why it was it took that long.
Maybe a lot of it was just warnings and tickets and don't do it anymore. And
700 times teed up 9/11.
I don't know.
And they said it took them a while to trace the call back.
Because she said Buenos Noches on the phone.
She kept switching cans on us. Sneaky bitch.
Master of disguise.
Police emergency 911. What's your emergency? Yes, Buenos Noches. I believe I'll be in need of your assistance with a dilemma that I've encountered. Ma'am, I like to f***. Could you send me someone to f***? Because, see, I f***. Thanks, I'll hold. Ma'am, this is police emergency. Do you have an emergency? I needs me some man. I can't get no man. My cooch is void of a man. Send me a man and have him pick me up some coos. Ma'am, do you understand this number is for emergencies? Are you deaf? I need a man. I do two things. I smoke and I f***. And I already got cigarettes. Send me a man to jab me with his Roy Clark and f*** From hee-haw? Sort of. Anyway, damn it, send me a cranny hunter, a daughter love, a do flicker. I need me some hippity hoppity dick. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Don't you hang up on me. I ain't had no dick in 4 years. You better get me a man over here.
A 2-minute call, that's the only part you like.
I like the whole thing, but I just like when she gets guttural.
Hippity hoppity dick. Ma'am, unless you have an emergency, I'm going to have to hang up. Don't you hang up on me. I ain't had no dick in 4 years. You better get me a man over here, or I'm going to call every day. Ma'am, see, somebody started this stupid rumor that my clam is electrified, and now nobody wants none of it. You better send me some men's. I need me a fornicating machine. I need me a ham bone, a gravy maker. I want a jack in my box. I want a John Thomas, a joystick, a liver poker. I need somebody to be my Astor of ceremonies. I need me a rump splitter. I need Pico from some gal. Man, I need...
Quite proud of herself.
That's a turn of phrase.
Well,
I need Pico from some gal. Ma'am, I need some pud, some light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose.
Tickled herself, didn't she?
Took her 3.5 times to get it right.
Literally.
Oh, I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose. I want some conjunction junction. I want a bill on my hill. I want his best leg.
Is that too far back of a reference?
Not at all for us.
Ma'am, I need some pud, some light taffy. I want some foghorn leghorn. I want some daffy dick in my secret squirrel. I lick up his Hong Kong fooey. I want him to fly his super coop into my super chicken. I want him to knock my Cosby kids loose. I want some conjunction junction. I want a bill on my hill. I want his best leg of 3. Because 3 is a magic number. Hey, you know what? You, I'll call the water department. They got some freaks over there. Oh, yeah, you know, you.
Break here. Yes. We'll be back.
We'll be back to to the Russ Martin Show. When it comes to afternoons, nobody comes close. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
I want to test it before we actually use it for punishment and put it on the wheel. If it doesn't work, then we don't stick it on the wheel of punishment. Plus, it's been kind of an iffy show today, and I figured we'd blow somebody up.
But the actual test is punishment.
No, it's the test.
We have never tested anything.
Ever. Normally, it's the actual event that it's the test.
Yeah, but sometimes they go belly up. I figure we'd give this one a run through first. Where's the card to describe this? Just give them all to me. Thank you. This is the Sombrero de Fuego.
Great.
A hat to be placed on your head with fabulous fireworks. And we put the sombrero on top of a Lazy Susan, and then you strap the Lazy Susan to your head.
Where did you come up with this?
Creativity knows no bounds.
No torture.
This pisses me off. I wait until 7 o'clock to do this.
Oh, this is just a test. This isn't the actual event, right?
Oh. Chloe's.
What?
3-day weekend. Isn't Monday a holiday?
Yes. Is it?
Was it President's Day?
Yes.
You got Friday off. 4 days. We taking Monday off? Do we normally take President's Day off?
No.
Oh. 3 days.
But I'm the one that went to get the stuff for it.
Well, think of it like fetching your own switch. You can wear the fireman's coat, and then we'll strap the, what do we call this?
Sombrero de Fuego?
Yes. How about that?
All right.
Okay. Take your headphones off. Dan, you want to be in charge of lighting the fireworks?
Sure.
It takes Shaky too long to get them lit.
We'll be your Wayne to like us.
Trey, you can be in charge of the wireless mic.
Okay.
And the headphones. Okay? We need to strap this to Chloe's head. We need a duct tape.
Duct tape?
Yeah, you don't want it to come off.
Are we celebrating the fact that the fire inspector came and went today?
Yeah, how did that go today?
It went fine, really. He just came back in to check the few things that were wrong last time, and he didn't do the whole building this time. He just kind of went, okay, that's...
Did you guys do the throwdown fireworks in Gavin's office?
Yeah, we did. But he didn't go in there because there was nothing wrong in that office.
Oh.
He tricked us.
Okay. All right, come here, Chloe. Hold that on your head.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Tilt your head back.
No. On the beard, under the chin.
Hold on. I need some more duct tape.
Ridiculous. A sombrero sitting about 8 inches off his head on a Lazy Susan.
All right. Keep your hands on it so it didn't fall off.
Hang on. Step down here. Let me find the fuses real quick.
Chuck, you got a camera?
Yeah.
You should go outside with them.
We sure that thing spins? Doesn't matter if it does.
Yeah, it's on the Lazy Susan.
Well, it should spin then.
Trey, check the mic.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay. You guys set?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't light it in here.
Oh, okay. Go, We're back or front?
Go up front, because I think the wireless mic reaches a little further up there.
Do you stay up nights thinking of odd contraptions?
No.
Okay. This just came to you.
Yes, you're good.
Am I good?
Yep, you're fine.
All right. This door too?
Yeah, you're fine.
You're good. Stick that trash can.
Let me get some music.
Sombrero de
long before you guys are ready?
We should be ready any minute.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on. How many rockets on top of the sombrero?
Oh, gosh. 15?
Okay.
Oh, God.
What are they doing?
Having to move just over a little bit so Dan can see the fuses.
Okay.
Light them when ready, Dan. All right, it's lit. Yep. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, those things shoot.
Rousing success.
Did it spin in circles?
Yeah, you did. The only thing is, I don't know if he was spinning around under his own power or the power of the rocket strapped to his head.
Well, I mean, did the hat spin?
Yeah, it's fine. It was like a turn within a turn.
Work out okay, Trey? Now, did the sombrero spin all the way around?
Oh, yeah. Thing I kind of didn't count on is it started shooting stuff at us.
Well, the rockets were strapped to the sombrero.
Yeah, but they had evidently little propellants that came out.
Oh.
And, of course, every time Chloe turned, that meant one of us was in the line of fire.
Oh.
And as it was going around,
yeah,
I was trying to get away from it, kind of like the opposite of a dog chasing its tail.
How are you going to get away from it? It's strapped to your head.
I just natural reaction.
Do we want to do it again?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
How long would it take to reset?
Not very long at all.
I think Gavin's calling you.
Hold on. Reset while Gavin's talking to me. Plug, go back outside.
What?
Go outside.
Maybe someone else?
What is it again?
I didn't call you that time, but I do have a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
The weekend before the white trash party, I wanted to ask your permission. Sales has asked about an appearance for JD at Four Wheel Parts.
Why do I care about that?
Well, it's from 2 to 4 p.m., so I know we usually have band practice on those days.
We're done by 2?
No, he'll still be at band practice.
I will be done by 2. We start at 10. I got 2 songs.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
I got 2 songs. This is not fair.
It's going to be the biggest white trash event so far.
But I'll be done by 2.
They're hard songs.
They're not. I've done them 100 times.
You have, but we haven't.
Yeah, the band knows them by heart. As long as I do.
Trey, are you there?
You're worse than the government.
Why?
You just cost me money.
Oh, there he is. Dr. Thornton, do you want to go watch? You don't have to.
All right, we're ready. Are you ready?
How many did you put on there this time?
About 15.
Why don't you double it up?
Okay.
Do you have them with you?
We've got everything on there, but I can go get more real fast.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you going to lose? $700-800 for an appearance?
Yes. It's worse than a...
You won't have to pay taxes on it.
$600. That doesn't matter.
You got it.
Oh, don't you even.
That's a pisser, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Gran Torino, I got it. Jesus. Screwjob.
Hey, Trey?
Yes.
Send Chuck back in so he's ready for the plugs.
All right, Chuck, go back in so you're ready for the plugs.
JD, can you do them?
Got them.
All right.
You want to have...
All right. Is it cops or is it the fire department?
I think that was a cop. I don't see anything around here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
What did O'Malley say?
Said it's sure it's not for us.
All right. Why don't you guys give it a half second and see if somebody comes flying around the corner?
Okay. All right, wait 1 second. Nah, we're clear.
Go ahead. You're the one lighting them. Go ahead.
All right, go. All right, he's lighting. All right, we have ignition. Oh, God, it's turning. Okay, oh, God.
John, for more information about the Russ Martin Show, pictures, videos, explosions, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show, and only during the show, that's studio@russmartin.com. Other websites, johndavidryan.com, danantassos.com, djclove.com, treytranhome.com, chuckwheat.com. We also have the official caterer of the Russ Martin Show, Sugar Babies Barbecue.
What is it, Trey? That was even better because the hat's spinning one way, the clothes spinning the other. So it just makes this great whirlwind.
Almost like firework vertigo.
Sugar Babies, bbq.com. The official limo service is George, of course. It's limogeorge.com. Russ gets his guitars from the Guitar Center, the website guitarcenter.com. The official liquor package liquor store of the Russ Martin Show's Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits, their website majesticliquors.com, and the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.